All right, today on Dirt Social, we have the Van Den Elzens, and we're going to cover some past stories, current stories, marketing, future stories, and everything in between. So, typically we start off with give you guys each a chance to give us like 100-foot view, short track of your career, of like what got you into racing, what you've been doing in racing. I know multiple disciplines, stuff like that. And then hopefully as we tear down deeper and deeper into this thing, we'll find out more information.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
Do we start oldest first?
I think that's
man.
probably
All right.
proper.
Sure. So, okay, my life story, kind of, but it works that way. I started racing motorcycles and snowmobiles back in the 1960s. That's kind of showing my age. That's okay. Got into off-road and actually Crandon in 1977 was my first race there. Ended up getting second place in the four-wheel drive with my brother and had a good time. Raced a few other classes, Broncos and a few things. Then I got into the 7S. We kind of built the 7S class. A couple of us did back in 83, 85, I believe that was. Might be wrong on the numbers. But then in, 93, 94, I actually retired from racing. Said I had enough, going to quit and raise a couple kids. And then about 8 years ago, somebody said, hey, I'm going to get into off-road racing, this guy. So I went and watched one race, maybe a little bit of practice. And after that, I said, hey, I can do this again. So I tried, got in a pro buggy or super buggy at the time. Found out they go a lot faster. And it's a lot of fun, but yeah, it's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we are now. We're still running the pro buggy and having fun with it.
So back when you started, was that when they were going through the woods and everything still?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in 77, it was a 30-mile course. We started at the county shop in Crandon, went straight south out of town, ended up going down to it was Carter's Field, and then there was the Chicago Loop, Milwaukee Loop. If anybody from years ago knew the course, it was through the woods, fire lanes, and some blacktop. But if you finished the 3 laps of that race, you would probably finish in place, and that's kind of what we did. We had a good time. We were out there for fun. We didn't expect to win anything, but we had a winch on the front of the truck. We turned around and pulled out a couple guys and helped out some other people, and it was a fun day and ended up getting a trophy out of it. So
Awesome. So lots of camaraderie.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just good time with your buddies
yeah,
going out there and raising some hell.
Yeah, it's like an endurance race, right? Somebody's stuck, you want to get them all finished, you keep them going. So everybody's out there helping everybody to keep going. Yeah.
Awesome. How about version number 2 then?
Version 2. Well, I was born into this. No. Yeah, so raised around this pretty much my whole life, whether it was you were at the track racing or we would come and watch racing and do a bunch of other things. One of the key things that I love about it, though, is my whole life, my dad told me, it was like, do not get into off-road racing. It's a lot of work and it's dirty. Like, you're always working on stuff, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get into, I'm a gearhead, right? I was pretty much born with a wrench in hand and always liked extreme sports. So naturally got into custom cars and then into lapping days and things like that, autocross, and then moved into the world of, what did I get into first? I think it was rally with Eric Hill. So I got into co-driving for Eric with Rally America, and then wanted to do my own thing with drifting, and really enjoyed the drifting side of it. Grassroots, went and did a competitive level through MDU, which is the Formula Drift Pro-Am series, and it was really fun, but also I just got burnt out with it. It's a lot of, I hate to say it, there's a lot of politics in drifting. It's judged, right? And by the end of it, I'm like, you know what? I'm over it, and I want to do something where if I win, I win. And I was throwing around different ideas and this and that, and it was funny. I sent Amanda a text one day, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to get into off-road racing, and I'm selling the drift car, 400 plus horsepower drift car, right? Big V8, ITBs, all that stuff. and I'm getting into a 50 horsepower light buggy. And she's like, seriously, are you sure? Like, supportive, but we went that route, built the chassis.
I think first I was like, what's off road?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So did that, got into light buggy. Did that for a couple years. I drove his super buggy. We redid the front end a bunch. Went from beam car to a A-arm car, tweaked the chassis, a whole bunch of stuff. So I drove it, and I'm just like, there's no way I'm going back to a light buggy after this. So, so that's when, we built my old Pro Buggy chassis, your Pro Buggy chassis, raced that for a few years, and then made it successful. Like, it actually really started doing well, and then sold that and got into Pro Spec, and here we are. What is it, 4 years later now? Yeah, 4 years of Pro Spec now.
Time flies.
Time flies.
The Super Buggy, when you got your hands on it, you did some like kind of radical altercations, didn't you?
So we have like VDE chassis versions at this point, right? So his first one was a quick and bright car from way back in the day when the what's their last names? Probst. When the Probst were racing it. So that's a Probst chassis, right? And the front end, it was a beam. I don't know if you hit like a tire or something at one race or whatever it be, it just bent. And it was like, all right, do we put in a new beam front or do we convert it to an A-arm? So we figured out how to convert to an A-arm, kind of dipped our toes in that way. And then about 5 revisions later of that chassis, which Chase Guerrer drives now.
It's running great. He's doing really good with it.
But that was, I mean, I've updated that a bunch,
yeah.
to a point where it's a brand new car, more or less. But yeah, so then I built my first mid-engine A-arm all the way around Pro Buggy, which was with a BMW ZF transmission and a quick change rear end, all stacked behind me. And I loved it. That was so fun, but I wish I would have given that a little more R&D before just hopping in and racing it, because it was like every weekend it was breaking. But
I was gonna say I remember a lot of growing pains with that.
Yep,
and like really cool concept, and once you got it working, it was working good. It was kind of like some Kyle LeDuc stuff. Like it was wild, different than everybody, and when it was working good. Yeah, but there was always like the growing pains of. Now we found a weak spot here. Now we got to make it stronger, which, leads to more and more stuff.
Yep. And that was the first one. That chassis I sold to Willie Ross. And then I built his Pro Buggy that he has now and my Pro Buggy in one winter in tandem, essentially. And did some tweaks on that. That became to be a very successful car at the end. Like, it was podium almost every weekend with it. And sold that also to Willie Ross, who still has it.
He's like your second hand guy. He's like,
dude,
your little brother.
Every single chassis that I've ever built, he's purchased from me. Indirectly or directly, he's had every single one of them that I've ever had, which is I find hilarious. Yeah. But anyways, and then the buggy he's in now, we did a bunch of updates to the back suspension and made it a lot better. So I feel like it's the peak of where I want that chassis to be now.
Yeah, I remember you were doing a bunch of suspension cycling stuff that you were posting on Instagram over the winter times. So that must be what you're talking about with the rear end there.
Yep. Just a lot of different geometry stuff and getting more travel out of what we're doing with it, and did a bunch of different things with wheel offset and all of that stuff. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice setup. I just got to learn how to drive it fast.
The right foot just...
I think over the years I forgot how to go fast, maybe. I'm not sure.
Well, and you just found that your throttle wasn't opening all the way either, so...
Well, that's a good start.
Yeah, he was at like 80% throttle, I think, for like the past year or two.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
He was sabotaging me. He didn't trust me or something. So.
Yeah.
Also, he said he was born into racing. In 1990, when he was born, my wife was in labor, and I was running this brush run or spring run up then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my birthday's June 25th, so that's...
It was the Monday after Crandon.
Yeah.
So
you're literally born into... Did you miss the delivery then?
No.
Okay.
We had to induce it Monday morning after the race. So
Okay.
there he is.
There I am.
All right. Amanda.
Well, my racing pedigree is I drove a Beetle at Crandon last year.
I thought you did Mint stuff too, or not Mint, King of Hammers as well.
No, we bought it out at Hammers. So I knew I wanted a class 11 after they came to Crandon the first time. I was sitting next to Chris and I basically like punched him in the chest and I was like, if I race anything, I'm going to race one of those. And so we started squirreling away pennies and it was last January I purchased one out of Mexico, and our buddy Josh Felix, who raced with the Nitrocross series, he lives in Southern California, and he went over, brought it back over the border. I wired him the money to purchase it.
Yeah. We have the paper.
I don't know why there's squares cut out of the frame.
No, those got welded back in. It's fine. No, but so he brought it back to his house, and when we went out to Hammers, we just went out to spectate, and he had it there, and we talked. Do we race it? Do we not race it? And ultimately, like, I've never raced anything before in my life. Do I really want to do Hammers for my first ever anything? And neither of us knew anything about desert racing or had any of the GPS or any of that. So yeah, my full extent is the 2 races at Crandon last year.
So when you guys picked it up, was that was the same time that you ran the Pro Spec? No, that was a year before then?
I ran the year before in Pro Spec with the
Okay.
Pro Lights, but yeah, it was a year. It was last spring. Last winter, technically, January, February when we got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, desert racing's a whole nother animal.
We talked about bringing it out for the Mint when they canceled the short course races, but
We
it
would
was
have been there. We would have crewed for you.
it was just so short a turnaround to try and prep it for desert again because it's set up for short course now, and you know, and we don't know what we're doing. We figured we'd have help because we know people that were racing it, right? And so we knew we'd have help, but we didn't have any of like the radio equipment we needed or any of the GPS, and we didn't know what we didn't know. So
It's way different. Like, even spectating in the desert was way different for us because, well, we were hoping short course was going to be there, so we were already going to the Mint, and we ended up just watching desert racing.
yeah,
Way different.
Yeah.
it is very different.
Kind of like stage rally.
Yeah.
Have you ever spectated stage rally at all?
Nope. I'm that's on the list too.
It's like the fun of spectating stage rally is getting to the spectator points.
Oh, just the adventure.
Yeah.
I have an adventure story about spectating stage rally. So when Chris was co-driving, he was co-driving for Corey Holmes at that point. When I met him, he was going to go down to race at 100 Acre Wood down in Missouri.
Yeah.
And so I think it was the second year we spectated 100 Acre Wood, and it snowed like 8 inches while we were there. And everybody is like, oh my God, everything's shut down because Missouri doesn't see 8 inches of snow. They had no plows, no nothing, right?
They shut down the rally early too.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I'm out there in my Accord in 8 inches of snow trying to get from stage to stage. And I had my friend, and then I had the driver's mom in the back seat. And I just remember I'm coming down from one of the stage hills, and there is a stop sign at the bottom of the hill, and my brakes are completely locked up, and I'm just sliding slowly. And I was like, what do they do in rally? I was like, ditch hook? Yeah, ditch hook. So I like went to ditch hook, and my car just slowly did a 180 degree and then another 180 degree as the back tire caught the ditch. And then I just slid down to a stop at the stop sign, and I was like,
I meant to do that.
that was totally purposeful. But it was crazy. We ended up getting snowed in because my family lives down in Missouri, and they're like, 2 hours from where we were. So we were going to drive there that night, but there was like a 50-car pileup on the highway that completely shut down the highway. So we ended up, Chris and I, sharing a cot.
That was horrible.
With no blanket, no pillow. Both of us on a cot that night.
That does not sound enjoyable.
No.
It was wild.
I think we woke up, maybe got like an hour of sleep, woke up
Yeah.
at 4 a.m, like let's just go.
Yeah.
So rewinding further back than when you got the bug, like, were you involved in racing like with your family at all growing up, or?
No, my dad was a gearhead, and I kind of like grew up with classic cars adjacent. But I never really got into cars until I was an adult. And my first, like, I'm going to put this in quotes, big girl job, right? I was delivering pizzas, and one of the guys that I delivered pizzas with was like, you should come work with me at Sears Auto Center, because he knew that I needed a second job. And I was like, I don't know anything about cars. Why should I work in an auto center? He's like, you'll learn. And I did. So at that point, you know, I kind of got into cars, and then I transitioned to the world you know well, which is, you know, the automotive service, and ended up at car dealerships and all that fun jazz. I was down near Chicago, so there were always cool car things happening, and I ended up in the JDM scene, and that's inadvertently how I ended up meeting Chris. We met actually at US Air in Shawano at a drift event, because I was like, I don't know, JDM cars going sideways, like, yeah, I'm in, right? So that's kind of how I entered the not so much racing world, but the automotive world, and ended up meeting him, and then he brought me into the racing world. So
Yeah. So was he fast back then? You can tell the truth.
he was a spectator when I met him.
It was for final bout, and we didn't have a team at the time, because that's when they were doing like team application stuff, but we were just starting to form one, and yeah, we didn't. I mean, it's drifting. You don't have to be fast.
Or whatever, scored good,
Yeah.
I should say.
I had a lot to learn yet. There's
Yeah.
no question.
Awesome.
So the next part we kind of call our sight lap. So it's just like some of our baseline questions. What's your favorite track of all time? And we can just go down the line.
We're starting with me.
Both of you.
Oh, okay. Again, I don't have like a long racing pedigree or anything, so the tracks that I've spectated are really off-road, so I don't have really any kind of reference outside of that. I love ERX. I obviously have never driven it, but it's an absolute blast to spectate. I love the facility. I love the people. I wish there was power at our campsite, but beyond that, I love everything about it, and it looks like a blast to drive.
All right.
This one he's stewing on.
Yeah, because I love ERX, and I feel like that's an easy answer. ERX is definitely very technical in a certain way, but it's also flowy, fast. I love the track. The facility is great. My debate, though, is I still have a soft spot for Bark River, but really the track at King of the Hammers, when they put together a short course race at Hammers and it fell apart like crazy.
I was about to say, that thing blew out like...
It was so good, though. Like, I know some of the guys didn't like it, but I had so much fun when we go into ruts that are to the side of my door, like the opening of the bottom of my my window in my truck. You go into it and it's like, that wasn't there 5 laps ago. You had to be smart, and I enjoyed the different corners had different types of like dirt or rocks, or it was just so technical, and it was ever changing, and I feel like sometimes we could benefit from that. So there's like, I love ERX, but also that track was like, it just like, I don't know.
Have you raced out west besides there?
No,
Okay, so
that was the first time.
yeah.
But it was crazy because it was like you'd go up on, like, one area was literally on the side of the mountain where it was just like all gravel and like rubble that you'd race through, and then it was sand, and then it was hard pack, and then it was literally almost like this.
Yeah.
In some of the corners, so it was, I don't know, I loved it.
I gotta ask one follow-up question before we...
Yeah.
Because it's right here. Glen Helen or bust?
I mean, I'm going to Glen Helen.
Okay, that's
yeah,
what I'm asking.
Yeah. Like, I was committed as soon as they released it.
Okay.
It's for what the sport needs. I think it's silly for us to not show up as racers, even though it's going to probably be a little bit of a lesser program. We won't have the semi and stuff out, I don't think, because of the cost of it all.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we need to, as racers, invest into the expansion as much as we have different opinions and ideas. I think we need to
Yeah.
follow suit.
I think we'll circle back to that when we get to the marketing
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
So I'm interested to hear, because you have probably a bigger list of tracks that you've been on.
Still the old favorites. I really like Bark River. I like Crandon a real lot too. The high speed and there's a lot of possibilities to pass. But as far as technical, you can't beat ERX. The dirt is prepped so well. The elevations are cool. The only issue is if you don't get a good start, you're gonna have a hard time passing. But it's still my favorite is ERX. Yeah, it's maintained so well you can't throw it out.
Okay.
So yeah.
So no Lake Geneva in there, no Road America, no.
No, those were fun. Even you look at De Pere Fairgrounds,
Oh,
you
yeah.
look at Chilton. Those were the nice, fun, tight little tracks years ago. But again, it goes back to they're squished into a small area, kind of like Dirt City.
Yeah.
But the bigger open tracks with a little bit of technical ability, which is really a lot of them are going away from. They're going to the high speed and not the technical side. So I think still stick with ERX. Hate to go unanimous almost, but
It's a good track.
yeah.
So you raced like the 4-cylinder version trucks too, right?
Oh yeah.
So do you think if you were in that still that you would still like ERX? Because you kind of lose a power band there, don't you? You're kind of higher up in that RPM, and it kind of exhausts after its peak.
Yeah, the little motors would still be cool if they were in the truck, I think. Look at the light buggies and the 1600 buggies. They still do really well on that track. Of course, you don't fly 150, 200 feet, but you still get the elevation, and you're flying. You feel like you're flying forever because of the nice jump landings.
Yeah.
You don't get up in the air and drop. You go over like a ski hill, so you might be only a foot off the ground, but you're flying a good distance. So it's a good suspension landing or a safe landing. You're not hurting your back.
Yeah.
So, back to the 4-cylinder trucks and things, they could handle it pretty good. The little trucks back in the beginning were pretty light. When they went to the tube chassis in the probably the mid 90s, then they got picked up a little more weight, a little more horsepower, and everything just kind of grew into the pro light.
A
And
little bit more safer.
yeah, yeah.
So which version, this is for all you guys then, which version of ERX? Because we're on 3 now. 3, almost 4, depending on how you count the rhythm section.
I feel like that's ever changing, so I don't know if I would consider that.
Okay, so we'll just call it
versions.
3. We'll call it 3.
I'm gonna go with what we have right now is great.
Current.
It's perfect, yeah.
I agree with that. And I think if anybody answers anything without the Ziegler cat turn, they're wrong.
Yeah, I remember racing on
makes a
that.
lot,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
coming down from that jump, and it's just like it was a left-hander with a little finger on the inside. And I'm like, it was cool, but
Yeah.
as soon as they do that right-hander, oh man, it's so cool.
Yeah, the first version was jump down the hill, and then the height line was basically hit the bank,
Yep.
and then try to square it off,
Yep.
and get a good run at the exit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where Andy rolled over.
Yep.
My
Yeah.
older son ran 1600 for a while. Yeah, he rolled over there,
Yeah,
but he kept going.
that's what you got to get.
Yep.
Got to do. You just got to get up and keep on going.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, what track is the toughest to drive? Whoever wants to start. Oh, you got one on your.
Crandon.
I was gonna say you got a practice day that was probably pretty eventful.
That was not even technically a practice day. That was with NextGen's Children's Driver Development Program when I rode the Beetle.
Youth driver development
Sorry.
program.
Either way, I do not qualify.
And you had maybe the hardest wreck that evening.
It was a very slow roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, there were a couple kids that went over. There was one that went over a couple times, but
Yeah.
mine just caused damage because my vehicle has a body.
Yeah, it's a tin bubble.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. Most improved for when you head back.
Oh, God, I haven't driven since last Crandon, and I am terrified. Somebody posted the other day, 30 days till Crandon, and I was like,
We'll just go rip it at the. Maybe we'll see if we can get into Seymour,
maybe.
the track there. Just go rip it around the circle track.
I would like that.
Hardest track to drive.
Toughest, hardest,
Hardest,
whatever
toughest.
version you want to call it.
I'm thinking Lena for me. The changes they made this year are kind of neat, but some of the jumps were just bad rhythm jumps. Again, you jump up in the air and there's nowhere to land, so you just fall in a hole. If you can jump past it, good, or before it, good, but that's a hard track to drive. And again, if you don't start in the front four, especially with the Pro Buggy, we're 90 inches wide or whatever number, you're going to be bumping and damaging things, which, we did. So.
And that's a tough class to pass, being the wheels so exposed, and especially on that track.
And everybody's aware of that, right? The whole class, so we don't want to touch and take people out because, a quick little bump and you're flipping. You're going to contact either way, but you try to do good, clean racing, but it's hard. It's hard there.
Well, it's hard to line up the wheels to hit it in a way you're not upsetting the other one.
Yeah, and then the white tire sneaks out on the side and gets you once in a while. Not me. I didn't do it this year.
So do you think the Dirt City changes for this year were improvements or backwards or mixture?
It's kind of neutral. Turn one, I think that one got to be a bad pinch point. They did kind of lengthen out a couple of straightaways, which I liked. But turn one, to make it come back to a real narrow, hard left-hand corner, that hurt a lot of cars. And then the one jump after turn three, that was kind of, there's not enough speed to really do a nice jump on it. A lot of things were breaking there. And I guess on my soapbox is kind of, I hate to have a nice big jump and have people fall and break things, even in the sportsman classes. Because more people that break, the less finish, the less racing going on. So a big jump with a bad landing is not cool. But that's kind of my opinion, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely has an adverse effect.
Yeah.
I think even we talked about it a little bit before the podcast, but even from a spectator standpoint, it created more blind spots in especially turn one. I like the idea, I like the track changes, I like that they're trying something different, but I think they even, talking to them, they noticed some of the blind spots they created too.
Yeah, you couldn't really see anything in what used to be the split lane at all. Because, I understand why they put up barriers there, because they have the track so close on oncoming traffic there.
Yeah, Henderson made a good point on
Yes.
barriers and fences.
Yes. But it's basically impossible to see anything but the front stretch right there.
Yeah.
I like that they're changing the track a little bit every year, a little twist here and there.
Yeah.
I wish they would change the track a week before the race so nobody's practiced on the final track.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it back down to an equal for everybody instead of the people who've been practicing all the time. Again, that's kind of old school, but
I think that would be hugely challenging for pro spec, mod kart, those that are so dependent on gear selection.
yeah.
You're gonna have to be on your game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you have a rough idea, and you kind of know where your
As long as you got a notebook, I suppose.
I have a mental notebook. Nobody's gonna find that. But yeah, no. I part of me, we didn't practice Dirt City at all, and I kind of figured out, okay, from last year, this is the gearing I had set in place, and this is where I would pull here, do this, shift here, blah blah blah, and it worked. In the sense of trying the gear set that I put in there and stuff like that, I was happy with it. So I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm also been in that same truck for 4 years, so you get to kind of know what's what. But
You're the veteran.
I know, the old guy. Well, I'm not the oldest, but
You're not the oldest, but you're
Definitely helping the median of the class age.
yeah, right.
So did we get the toughest track from
No, that's a hard one because I would say the tight technical Anago or Lena, but genuinely, as much as Crandon is a wide open track, to make that track fast and be faster than everybody there, I would say probably is one of the hardest tracks because you have to be spot on every corner, because if you mess one corner up, the next 3 or 4 are junk.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna lose and lose and lose and lose. So for me, I would almost venture to say Crandon to make the fast track fast, if that makes sense.
I think it's been said before that Crandon is a great track to watch and really hard to drive, really hard to race. Like you were saying, to keep it fast, to keep the passes going, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's fast. I had suggestions. I could make a few to make that more technical.
Of course you could.
Let's hear them.
No, it's a secret. Because we're going to do it the week before the brush run, fall run. Nah.
I think it'd be cool to see a big tabletop right in the front stretch, just a big extended tabletop that anybody could hit. But the faster you get, the more distance you have.
Like maybe a tabletop with a down leg, so
Like-
it's like a wedge.
Yeah, and then jump the way it used to be, where you jumped into the barn turn instead of jumping and falling 30 feet and then going into the corner. Maybe not 30, but still.
Feels like it.
Yeah, but you used to be able to set up into it, and you would land uphill.
Yeah.
Where now it's like you jump, you land, and then you go, because it's that much of a drop instead of jumping up into the corner.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
When in my UTV, because we don't get to do a full course, and one time for practice, or maybe it was qualifying for pro stock, but like I was in the back and I got let way far back, and I'm like, I'm going for it. Holy wow. Yeah. I was like, okay, never doing that again in my UTV. The shocks were not turned up enough for that.
Yeah.
But it was a blast.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine what it is in the truck, super buggy. It's got to be that same height, except you just don't break your back when you're landing.
You land hard.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the faster you go, the more you just kind of brace yourself. I mean, that's all you can really do at that point is like, all right, it's gonna bottom out at some point.
Yeah.
You can do as much as you want to the shocks, but at the end of the race, everything starts to fade a little bit. And yeah.
Trophy truck guys don't say that. They jump out and they go, can we go another hour, maybe?
Yeah, right.
The next one?
They have a lot more travel.
Yeah.
A lot more money into their cars too.
Yeah, Mason Jr. at the Mint. We interviewed him beforehand. He seemed pretty sprouty, and he jumped off when he was finished second overall, and he was like, it just looked like he could just win another hour.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. And for us, it's like 15 minutes, and you're just like, I'm dead. I can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, but I think they're sipping on like water in
Yeah.
there. And
Yeah.
maybe a few of them have like tea and stuff like that. Just
They're just tooling around, pinkies out.
co-pilots watching YouTube or something. He's probably watching us.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
So, what's one class, like, as a fan of off-road, what's one class that you go up to the grandstand and watch every time?
1600.
That's because of Mott's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's good racing too.
Yeah. Super stock. I would say super stock I mean, okay. Sportsman racing, super stock, hands down. And then I would have to just say like Pro 2, Pro 4, just kind of watch it. But Pro 2 is always typically puts on a good show. So I try to at least make it out for a Pro 2 race. But
Yeah.
super stock, hands down. Like, because you can watch everything. You can see what's going on. And you can compare like how the truck's going to be in comparison to what the track's doing, what your truck is going to do, similar in a sense. So you can kind of compare and see.
Yeah.
Pro 2. I like watching Pro 2. Because, again, that's one of the classes that raced years ago. It wasn't a Pro 2 back then. It was Class 8, two-wheel drive pickup. But it was fun. A little bit of difference now with suspension. But a lot of difference, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even the same, so.
Yeah, I think that's one thing, too. Like, Pro 4 would be awesome, but, like, lately it's just not enough trucks finishing to even have a lot of competitive racing, which is unfortunate because, like, if there's enough trucks out there and they're competitive, it's a good class, but, like, this season's been tough.
Yeah.
I mean, at Dirt City, there weren't even enough trucks starting for it to be exciting to watch.
That is true.
Yeah.
I think, 5 on Sunday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mickey pulled off right
Yeah.
away. So yeah.
Yeah. Which sucks for him. I mean,
Yeah.
he was on a burner the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And then
It's-
my understanding was a belt took and left the chat.
It's
Oof.
year 1,
Yeah.
then year 2, and then year 3 maybe it'll. No, I would love to see Mickey do well,
Yeah.
especially in that class.
Yeah, I think that would be huge just for off-road racing, like get more competitive people up at Pro 4 level and try to build that back.
Yeah.
I told Chris he can go to Pro 4 next, but he has to be able to
with
afford
what budget?
You don't need a budget in Pro 4. What's that?
That's everything you need in Pro 4.
Right.
it. Hey, you know what? When it comes to what class you go into, you need 2 things, right? The budget and the wife's okay, and you've got half of that.
That's
so.
true. We're halfway there, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
You make good points.
I know.
Who is a legend of the sport that is highly impactful but doesn't always get recognized?
That's a really good question.
I have an answer. And he's going to give me an extra hug for this, but Charlie McCormick from ATD. I think like just the ways he goes above and beyond for everybody in the sport, whether they're a customer of his or not, like it warms my heart to see somebody that's so passionate about our sport, and he's opinionated and I love him for it, but sometimes, we don't always agree on the opinions, but everything that he does with the best interest of the people and the sport. And I think that he's just a big behind the scenes player that maybe doesn't get enough kudos.
And now that you mentioned that, I think I would say almost every interview we've done, his name has come up. So yeah, that's definitely something that glad you thought of that one.
Nate Dogg from Off-Road Fraternity.
that's a good
Hands
one.
down.
Yeah.
Like that dude,
Yeah.
he can put some beers back, but he'll also do anything for you. Any racer needs anything, doesn't matter who you are, even if you're a fan or whatever it be, he's got you. And Nate Dogg's for sure, like an unsung hero of the sport for sure.
And I think I didn't realize that as much until the more and more I got involved. Not even being like a racer, pretty much after being a racer, the more I was helping other teams and being around other teams, it just seems like, all right, there he is again. And it's, it shows.
Yeah. I mean, the dude's literally going out of his way to get pit mats or like felt from paper mills and stuff for every single racer possible.
And
he
he's
just
at,
on
like-
donation, cuts it up, has people do it. Like, it's wild what he's doing just because he loves the people in the sport.
Yeah, and he's at every single track, like painting and mowing and
Yeah.
picking rocks because he just loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like, their Facebook page is like the best spot to get the real-time updates of the finishes.
Oh,
Yes.
it's immediate.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
before I'm even like on podium, Nate Dogg's sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here's your water. Take my picture.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate Dogg is really the top of the list, I think. But there's so many other people behind the scenes that really are helping and promoting and making things work that never get credit. Racers are one thing, they're having fun, but it's really, there's so much mechanics, not hands-on, but I mean mechanics of the whole sport, where everybody is making things work, making it go it's really a group of people, not one individual. If you don't have those, you're not going to have the sport. I wish we were at the level where, call it Indy or NASCAR, but no, we're still really grassroots where we can't get enough people to do everything as professional. So you need so many volunteers, and that's where Nate Dogg's on top. But there's a lot that help with him too. So
I mean, even like Troy and
Oh, yeah.
Elena and everybody else too, like all the track owners and
the track owners always
and the
step up.
families,
Look at the
yeah.
effort and the work they put in. It's crazy. And nobody realizes how much time and effort they put in.
well, Bark River, it's a Lions Club.
Yeah.
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 That's wild. Same
Yeah.
with Anago too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. And Crandon has tons of volunteers that come in, and they repay those guys with donations. They repay them with campsites and free tickets, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I saw today Bark River was posting saying they still needed volunteers for the race this weekend, and it's crazy to me, like what they do on just volunteers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of the better run like facilities, right? Like we feel like we are treated with the utmost respect. Everybody's friendly and kind and helpful, and it's crazy because nobody's getting paid for it. Literally
Yeah.
nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy. Still, my Bark River is my favorite track, and just like you said, like how they upkeep the facility and the track, and it's amazing. And just you go up there, and there's like not even a town. It's just middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
and all these people coming to help. It's cool.
Yeah.
So I got to ask, I've asked a few people this, since we're talking about tracks so much and the perks of it. If you could make a fantasy fantasy track, so you can take like an atmosphere from one, you can take the grandstands from another, you can take the track layout or maybe the track material, you can take location, you can take something from each track. What would you build as your fantasy track?
I would say start with the setup that Crandon has, like the grandstand and blacktop, all of that stuff.
Or Missouri.
I was gonna say Wheatland.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Look at-
Wheatland was.
Their grandstand is amazing. Right?
Yeah.
Well, they need a spotter's tower.
No, I know.
But
But
And an announcer's booth.
yeah, that too. not a U-Haul.
Yeah.
yeah, you
With
could
moving blankets.
Yeah.
Put, you could put 10,000 people under a covered roof.
Yeah.
Easily. There.
I mean, even Anago's got the
4 or 5,
overhang.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
still.
that place was packed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
I would say that mix ERX as a track with a little bit of Crandon,
Okay.
the high speed, but with the technical,
Yeah.
and move it to a very highly populated area that people don't get mad about. So we can bring more partners that are corporate partners in instead of going, don't come to this one.
Do you think, because you've raced Chicago,
Yeah.
do you think that pulled in good numbers?
We race it twice, right? Yeah, 2 years.
The stands were like empty,
was empty.
though.
Yeah.
So we run into that, both Chicagoland and ERX. They're right next to big metros, and we don't pull the people. And I have my own ideas of maybe why that is, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like I don't know that next to a big metro is really the answer.
Maybe not big metro, but like you got to find those pockets. Like we're fortunate to have Crandon. Everybody knows about Crandon, right? But we still need to pull from the pockets of passionate off-road or motocross or mud bog enthusiasts is where we really have to be.
I do think that Lena is in a decent spot for that reason, right? Because we have Green Bay, we've got Appleton.
It's not marketed that way.
It's
though.
not, but when we look at like the demographic of say like Chicagoland, right?
Which
You've
is
got-
wild. They said it's Chicago or Chicagoland, and it's in Joliet. Like,
It's Chicagoland.
yeah, but I'm still saying that's
If you live in Illinois, you live in Chicago.
I married one.
Case in point. Yeah. No, but I'm saying though, when you look at the demographic of that area, right? They're not necessarily like that blue collar. I drive my 4-wheeler on the weekends kind of demographic. And the same thing with the Twin Cities, right? You're not going to pull people out of that city because they are uninterested. But you have Lena that's placed kind of by Green Bay. And even when you look at, some of the other surrounding bigger towns, right? We pull a decent crowd at Lena for the population of Lena. And I think if we found more stuff like that, it could help us,
Infield of Indy 500.
We've talked about this a lot of different times. It's like our sport really needs to go to the next tier, next level. We need to have a place where you can entertain professionals. You can have more blacktop. You don't need the dirt. You don't need a field. Step it up to a real IndyCar or NASCAR where you can bring a owner of a business there, one of your big sponsors, and say, look at how nice this is, instead of say, oh, don't make sure you bring your boots and walk through the mud. You know, there's a whole different opinion of whining and dining associated to the racing, like Kentucky Derby or Indy racing.
Mid-America. I totally forgot Mid-America because it's a sore spot for everybody right now.
Yeah,
I
but
still
that place
think
was a blast.
it was.
The place, yeah.
It was. I think it could have been a little bit better, but for the idea of having bars and restaurants and on-site showers and homes and whatever it be, but then you can sit at the bar or at the pool and sit over and watch the track. Like, if we're gonna bring partners in, that'd be the way to do it. Like, you guys have fun, enjoy the weekend, have your business meetings and negotiations, or meet this partner, the whole B2B thing, right? That's the place to do it while you're being like, hey, I sponsor that guy. So anyways, right?
Yeah.
That's.
So I was just at Road America for IMSA, and like taking notes of like just your landscaping that's friendly for sitting down. Like they have the curbed or the stepped hills, so you can sit on the concrete blocking, or you can take your chair and put it in the strips and watch. The restaurant is overlooking. There's many restaurants overlooking corners. I mean, for me as an off-road guy, I was like, I can't see it all.
Yeah.
But also, you walk around, you go to a restaurant there, grab something to eat, see a perspective there. They have tons of places that have like the bleachers pre-made, like the natural bleachers and the wooden post ones and stuff like that. Tons of shade, tons of places to bring partners like you're talking. And the parking, I mean, you can get a campsite that's along the track. Some of them I don't know if I'd be parking there for when cars are going 160. But like, it's definitely a facility that marks above a lot of markers that you're talking. But it also comes with, there was a lot of.
Well, they also use it as much as they can, almost year round, right? Autocross days, but then they do concerts, they do. I mean, it's filled. That track is always busy. And I think that's something, I know it's hard because there's a lot of volunteers, right? I feel like outsider perspective, never ran a track. So I feel like our tracks could benefit from that instead of just putting it all in on one weekend. Have that, but then keep bringing people around for other stuff. But
I think Dirt City could have their own series of sportsmen.
Like a triple crown or something would be
once
really
a month.
cool.
Try to work it around. That gets complicated with having the other series and them still in the other series. But I think like stock truck guys and super stock and UTV and even buggy. Like, I think those guys, easy turnaround stuff.
And I think, like, right now, we have one main outlet for racing, and you've got the people who are showing up for Champ, right? Like, Champ is the short course off-road racing series. But you look at things like what Mid-America is doing, right? And they've got, like, we have sportsman racing. They have true sportsman racing, right? And I think IOTA is kind of hinting at that. Are they even running this year? I haven't. Okay. But like you have different tiers of what people are willing to spend and where people are willing to go and whatnot, right? So if Dirt City did do a series or like a Triple Crown or something, and they attracted a new audience, you'd have better feed into Champ too. You know, if people got into something that's only local and is really inexpensive and just kind of like a stepping stone, then you'd be better off about having better show for Champ too. It would be a billboard, not a competition.
Well, look at drifting, right? Drifting, you have your grassroots level stuff. Anybody can take anything rear-wheel drive and go slide around and figure out what drifting is, right? Then you can move up to a little bit better. And then if you really want to start doing competitive side, you go into a Pro-Am, like a feeder series, right? So you do that. You have to get a license before you can actually go into Formula Drift. So I feel like we could benefit from that in our sport a little bit, is like going through the ranks. I know that we do that all in one, and And I'm a proponent of sportsmen. I want to see all of that, but I want to see people go through it a proper way and not get burnt out after a year and go, this is dumb. Why did I do this? I just spent $20,000 on a entry level class, and what do I have to show for it, in a sense? Like, I had fun, but
Yeah.
I think I might go do circle track now.
Like the only option right now is to travel, right? Does everybody who wants to try off-road really want to travel to all of the tracks that we go to?
It's a big commitment.
It's a big
it's
commitment.
For somebody just to test it out, it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
And not only that, like you'd think today it's more, I mean, you got Wheatland ERX where there's some traveling, but you know, as the way things are going, traveling is going to pick up. I mean, end of the season, you're going out to California. I think, first of all, that's huge for the sport to expand back out into some markets where there's probably still people that are missing off-road racing. But I would agree that that becomes difficult, even for sportsmen, that they're giving up so much time and effort to get to the tracks. Like even that some of them struggle making ERX or whatever. So
Yeah.
it does make a difficult entry point.
Not everybody has the vacation time because these guys are working, full day jobs yet. And I mean, even some of the pro guys are full on.
Many of them.
A lot of them, yeah. I mean, business owners and everything else. So they're showing up late Thursday night after they get their stuff done to then wake up and practice and qualify right away the next morning. And yeah, I mean, there could be benefit, I think, to staggering it is the way I would put it.
Of course, we have to also say we're grateful for having a series like
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Like
Don't let us.
we're kind of sitting here complaining about it, but I'm
No.
like, we're going to California, and I hope those
It's-
guys are as excited as we are.
Yeah, that works really well for our program.
Yeah.
Really well for our program,
Yeah.
but that doesn't work well for everybody's program, and
Yeah.
I think that's where there's opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing about it, it's like we're not trying to just
No.
say our series is terrible and
Because it's still here.
it's
alive.
here. Yeah, exactly.
God.
It's outlived
We-
its lifespan of what expected lifespan.
It's like when you have a hamster that you're like, well, it's only going to be a couple years.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're still going, buddy.
Yes. Let's hope it keeps going.
Yeah.
But I think it's just I mean, we're always going to have criticisms or things to want to make better because we have partners asking us for stuff. We have more marketing ideas, and we're like, hey, if we did this with the series, it could be so much better. And it's like, come on, let's do it.
Yeah,
Just
and I think
because we have something good doesn't mean we can get complacent.
I
Right.
think it's less of a criticism and more of like ideas, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not sitting here going, "Wow, I can't believe Champ isn't doing this." I'm going, "Wow, what if Champ did this?"
Yeah.
See,
You
and
know?
it's not just Champ either. It's really each of the track owners.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do different things to attract different people.
Right.
You know, we you're talking about tracks and associations, but we need to get a different clientele to the track.
Yeah.
You know, to bring it up to the next level. If you build it, they will come. You know, you build a really nice skybox, people will use it.
How
So.
do we get like diehard Packer fans to an off-road race?
How do we, just even simpler than that, how do we get back to when you were back in the earlier days when you were racing manufacturers? I mean, it seemed like we had so many semis with BFG and tire brands, fuel brands, car brands. I mean, how do we get back to that involvement? Just our, what's the word for it? The sponsorships that are within the series or within that environment.
Like endemic?
Endemic.
Okay.
Yeah. Like even just getting our endemic levels up.
Yeah.
Because right now we're not super limited, but we're limited on tires. We're definitely limited on manufacturer involvement. Like how do we just get that stuff back? And that would be just a world of a start.
That's a question to ask them.
Yeah.
What is the incentive for them to get back into this? And typically it's competition. It's rivals and competition and being able to tell a story and sell a product at the end.
I think it's that last one mostly.
Yes.
Right. Like when I think about that, I honestly think the tides are starting to turn because for a long time, it was all about selling a product, right? And just in talking to our partners and in talking to people in just business in general, right? It's starting to be less about I need to sell a product and a little bit more about I need people to know what we do. I need people to know what we stand for. I need people to be aware of my product and what it does. And that's where the opportunity really shines in motorsports in general. And it's up to our racers to understand that and jump on that bandwagon. Because if our racers don't get it, and if our tracks don't get it, and if our series doesn't get it, we're going to miss that wave.
And I kind of feel like in talking to so many people, we're about to go up on a wave because there's so many people that are pushing to get more involved or take the series to the next level. I think there's a ton of racers on that board, and I think we're getting to the point where hopefully we start cracking into some of that, because I think there is a good movement of a lot of people pushing to go to the next level that we might have not seen in previous years.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think this is probably a non-popular opinion, but also if we're looking on race on Sunday and sell on Monday, looking at the classes, the way they're structured, there's only two classes aside from UTVs that are actually kind of geared towards that win on Sunday, sell on Monday, and that's Pro Spec and Buggy. The rest of them are, the motors are no longer in vehicles that we can go buy. I mean, the Buggy is something that you get in an Equinox, along those lines. The Pro Spec engine is an LV1 that is in the O'Connell line.
They're Econoline and the 1500 base model trucks, like the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So aside from the tires you bolt on it and those are the ones that are like, oh wow, if that engine can do that, I'm gonna go out and buy that. Aside from UTVs, I mean, I think, and obviously we got to keep heritage there. I'm not asking every air cooled thing you don't buy an air cooled engine anymore unless it's a lawnmower. But
Spec Harley motors now.
Spec Harley, yeah. Oh yeah, Harley.
Okay, I'm going to challenge that point a little bit.
Okay.
Because how many spectators do you think
Knows
even know that, right?
You're a
Because
gearhead.
if somebody walked up to our truck and saw it has a Toyota body on it, they're thinking that's a Toyota,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's more meaningful for a spectator than what motor's in it.
Okay, Carl Rennesetter. He had a Nissan factory sponsorship.
Yeah.
What engine did he run?
Well, I'm guessing it wasn't a Nissan.
100%.
Yeah, it was probably, it was a big block.
Yeah, I think it was a Ford NASCAR. If I'm correct, it was the Ford. Somebody could probably correct me on this, but
To even add on to that, and not to pick on David, it was Pro-Lite, I believe. We were reading the entry list, and somebody, Pro-Lite, was it Toyota?
No, it was Nissan. I knew it's not a Nissan motor in there.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
you were like, oh, there's a new manufacturer, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap.
Yeah.
I know they just named their body.
everybody has Chevy on theirs. I have a Toyota on mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you gotta.
I get it, yeah, but
Well, and even some people run, even look at KGP.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the 100%. If you're looking at what's on Champ, it's what body style they're running.
Yep.
Yeah.
The inners aren't going to match.
Yeah, I don't even know. I guess I don't watch the intro video enough, the one that Haley Shanley and them put together, that breaks down the class. But I guess I would wonder what they say is the engine. But I'll have to look into that.
I think they just say a Spec V6.
Spec V6.
I think. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah. I was going to say I would agree that most casual fans of off-road racing aren't
Oh, I
going to
tot-
get into that
I
detail.
totally get it. But as a manufacturer that walks up and goes, I can't sell that because they're knowing enough.
But you can sell a Tacoma.
You can.
It looks like a Tacoma.
And
And you get in front of people, you activate it.
Yeah.
you could put whatever the heck sticker you want on the side because most people are not going to even know what body that is.
100%.
It's
Oh, the
true.
grill gives it away.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, yeah, and that's the big part of when you're trying to market is you got to remember, these companies aren't just trying to market to just the gearheads per se.
Yeah.
They're trying to get a much broader audience, so that's where some of that plays in.
And you said, win on Sunday, buy on Monday, right? Or sell on Monday, which I think was very valid for a long time. But right now it's win on Sunday, buy sometime next year.
True.
And all that really takes is Chris talking on social media over and over again about something and showing up at the racetrack in a way that people remember.
Yeah. I agree. I guess I was just looking at a more in-depth
Yeah.
perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy too, like how the marketing side has evolved, like all these years. And like, I know many drivers say they hate social media, but they're forced to be out there and like,
You're gonna have to go with it.
Yeah.
That's the world.
yeah, and just like learning all the different avenues and the new social medias that pop up and the trends and just trying to stay relevant is a job in itself.
And I think that the people who do an amazing job on social media do those things. The people who do well enough on media are just consistent. And I think that's where a lot of people fall off, is they're just not consistent. And, you know, you could have stellar viral social media and that's going to be amazing. You'll probably attract a ton of sponsors, right? But you could have consistent, well-placed media that's targeting the right people with a very small niche following and still have just as good or better engagement than those people who are doing an amazing job.
And you're gonna have typically your fan loyalty is gonna be a lot bigger. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a lot better.
Right.
Like your transfer rate, I guess, like from advertising or working with the sponsor to getting somebody to buy something.
Oh, yeah, conversion.
The conversion.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for, not
Yeah.
transfer, but
Same thing.
yeah.
Kind of.
But to get that conversion is I'd be curious to see. Like, in theory, if somebody with 100,000 followers or 1,000,000 followers, sure, they reach 1%, which is still higher than somebody with 500, right? But it's like,
But all 500 of yours are not saying you just have 500, but right, like all 500 are directly focused on you and excited about what you're doing versus 1,000,000 people that don't actually
well,
care.
that's the point I'm trying to make on it.
Yeah.
Is a sportsman racer with very little but loyal following can do that, or somebody
Rather
that
have
just get into
four,
it.
4 quarters instead of 100 pennies.
100%.
Yeah, that's way better.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's a way to break it down.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So let's spin all the way around back into racing.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
We're on question number 5.
We don't have ADD, I promise.
None of us, yeah.
Well, marketing is interesting for me too, so I could have kept going. But who's the highest skilled competitor you ever raced against?
You go first.
Wow. It's a toss-up for me between Scotty Taylor. I've raced against Johnny Greaves, but only way back in the beginning. So Scotty Taylor, him and I were more direct, and the Probst brothers, Jeff and Kevin Probst. They were innovative. They were so skilled. They tried everything. Again, that's going back for a few years. Those were those three people were really the leading edge of our technology, I think, nowadays. Yeah, they're great.
I have like 3 or 4 different ideas. It's gonna be probably a weird one going into Bark River. Wyatt Miller. I think that kid's got so much talent, and
He's your best friend, isn't he?
I like Wyatt. We get a lot. Like, honestly, I thoroughly enjoy racing with Wyatt. Every time we get done racing, I'm always
good.
just super
He's good,
pumped.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like we had Bark River last year, and people blew up more than I did.
Yeah.
Right, but that's gone, far gone.
Not
And
yet. It's coming back around.
well, we have
River's coming, dude.
He's grown so much, though, watching
Yeah.
his driving now versus just this time last year. Holy cow.
Just for him to hop into a spec at his age and just wheel it, like, that's impressive. And he's got a lot more to go, and I'm super excited to see where he goes.
You can definitely see the growth year over year,
Yeah.
and just the ability to pick up lines and understand the racetrack. Like I know he picks that up from other racing avenues, but when you go off road, it's still different, and you can definitely see the progression year over year.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say probably Wyatt Miller on that one. I mean, I've go-karted against, like, Mikey and Rayford. I've raced Rayford was good. I don't know. Like, it's so hard to say, but I would say up and coming and who will be, and who has that innate talent, definitely. I'd still err on the side of Wyatt.
I got to make a comment about that go-karting. Travis Fitz beat both of those guys in go-karting.
I can't remember but he wasn't even.
I think it was Ryan's bachelor party. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, but I beat him.
Oh, you beat
both
him.
times, yeah.
Okay.
Except for the time that Rayford shoved me out.
That sounds like a common occurrence.
I just remember there's like once a year Travis sends them a picture of his medal.
Love it.
So it must have been in some form, but
I think that was Lions, bachelor
Yeah.
party. That was fun. That was really fun.
I'm sure it's not back to back to back, but
Yeah.
yeah. Go-karting.
Go-karting.
That should be something that gets on the list for postseason.
Especially now, since we're all local and we have that track right in town, that
I
indoor
haven't even
track.
gone to it yet.
Either have I. Been too
Yeah,
busy.
Same.
No pre-racing. So
I mean, okay, so both of my races at Fall Crandon, I let everybody else go at the Land Rush, and then I went because I was flipping terrified. Can I swear on this podcast?
that's YouTube.
Okay, I was fucking terrified. And so I guess I'll just go by the fact that they were, at the front. Like, I mean, I was racing against Blake Wilkie,
Cisco.
right? And Cisco Bio, and
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even see them on the track other than at the Land Rush start, but
Have those guys entered and have gone further than the bugs? Like, are we
Oh.
talking like? I mean, Blake Wilkie's got his
trophy bug.
trophy bug.
Yeah. UTV.
But I guess I don't keep up on him enough to know. Does he do that in the mint or something, or is that thing just?
He does like
total-
select races. I mean, I think he's not full. He's not.
I know he went and slated at Dirt Fest.
Yeah.
Midway.
I feel like he's
Midwestern
very much more a creator and or influencer in that sense than he is a racer.
What
He
a-
still races, but I think he is heavy on that side.
What a great advocate, though, for the 11 class.
Oh, 100%.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool to
Yeah.
have kind of an entry-level class, right? I mean, at Crandon, they're...
In the desert world,
Approach.
it's entry level, I
Yeah.
guess, but
yeah, out here it's like, oh my gosh. But to have like Wilkie as an advocate after he's blown up and he's still like, yeah, no, the class 11 people are my people,
Yeah.
What a cool thing.
Him and if you were to draw a poster, him and Diesel, I think would have nailed it.
yeah, Ryan, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
they're two different personas, but they cover both ends of the racing world there, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And shout out to Josh Felix. He doesn't race class 11 anymore.
No. But he's still a great guy.
Yeah.
And we love him very much.
Yep. He's the one that went and helped facilitate the class 11
Yeah. And
purchase.
when we were driving back and forth from, was that Hammers? Because we were at that Junkyard 66. We were at the Junkyard 66 brewery watching him win in Calgary.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
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 Yep.
That's cool.
For Nitrocross.
So did we skip the 10 years?
Probably.
I think we did. All right, 10 years from now, what do you want to be able to look back and say you accomplished in off-road racing?
Where are we starting?
Whoever speaks first.
It looks like it was you.
I want to move through the ranks. Pro 2, Pro 4. But more so, I want to have a very... I'm so passionate about this sport, right? I love this sport. I want it to grow. So I want to have a very significant role in helping continue that and to build that. So 10 years from now, I want to look back and be like, okay, we took it from something that we kind of slept on for about 10, 15 years to now where I feel it should be. That's where I'm at more than just my personal growth in the sport. But for sure, I want to be in a Pro 4. I mean, there's no question. I want championships in a Pro 2 or a Pro 4. I want a championship in a Pro Spec, like...
This year's the year.
Don't jinx it. But
The chair's made out of wood.
yeah. But we're racers. We're superstitious. So,
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it all. I want to have a significant impact and be able to look back and go, I had a hand in that.
Yeah.
Dave, when you're 39 years old, 10 years from now,
Just trying to think 10 years from now, I can't even count that high. It'll be cool if I was still involved with racing. I'll be 77 then. That's scary.
Hey, Schwartzberg, how old was he when he retired?
80
Close,
something.
pushing 80, I believe, which is excellent. But my goal is not to just race. I still like to be somewhat mid-pack or almost competitive. I think I'm somewhat not there. I'm not in the front, of course, but if I can still get out and race, have a good race and good time,
Good times over lap times.
kind of. But if you get to a point where you're too slow, yeah, you might as well get out of the way, you know. But yeah, in 10 years, I don't know if I'll be running something yet or not, but it's possible. Every year about this time, I get frustrated and say, it's my last year again.
I don't know. You came over the radio and both at ERX and Dirt City, and you told me you were having fun. So
We had bad communications then. I couldn't hear.
That was somebody else.
So 10 years
The
from now,
radio lines crossed over.
10 years from now, that means you would have run a propane. Was it propane or natural gas?
Natural gas, yeah, compressed natural gas. Yeah, we were the only vehicle actually in the world to race on natural gas at that time, so it was pretty cool. That was fun and innovative. As highlights of my past, that was a lot of fun. I mean, it helped that I worked in the natural gas industry, but it was fun, yeah.
So you'd be the guy that drove the natural gas truck, a gas one, and in 10 years from now, I'm betting it's going to be an EV.
No,
no.
not off road. You're still gonna have light buggies out
I
there
was
with
gonna say-
carburetors.
The last
Forever.
Yes.
the last internal combustion engines on Earth are going to be in a light buggy.
Oh, it's gonna be
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
As long as they make noise, like it'd be a hydrogen powered, making noise.
Yeah.
They will still be looking for parts in the junkyard.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
10 years from now,
Okay, so
when you're, 21?
sure, we'll go with that. Yeah, definitely not edging up at 50 at that point. Holy.
It's hard to think. I just did the math myself now.
Ouch. Okay, so my goals are a little bit different because if I just race once a year at Crandon for the rest of my life, that's probably still enough to terrify the shit out of me. But my goals this year, I set myself some pretty lofty New Year's resolutions, and one of them was I wanted to speak at 2 events this year. I really want to speak at PRI this year. We'll see how that goes. I haven't gotten the call yet, but I've gotten we're trying to figure out where you fit. So I've got 5 events other than that's booked already,
And
which
you
is
got one down right now.
no, this doesn't count. I'm talking public speaking
Oh,
in front of everybody.
Sorry, guys.
My dog's over there. He's insulted.
Sorry, guys. No, I have 5 live audience, like speaking in front of people events. One of them I already did, talking about how scary it was to get into the Class 11 for the first time. And that was at the YWCA Women of Vision Luncheon, which was really cool. So that one I've got for sure going to hit that one. The other one, I want to have 100 racers on Racer on Demand by the end of the year. That one's going to be a stretch. We're at probably about 50-ish right now, so we got to get moving on that
You
one.
take media people?
We can talk.
We're looking at expanding to different things.
We are looking at expanding out to maybe like a vendor row. So I've got some people that I want to talk to on that one. But my other one was I want to pay out at least $10,000 to racers this year. And I am, as of right now, about 4,400 in for the year. So that one might be close. So I'm excited about that one. If we're looking out 10 years, I want to grow these racers so much, right? Like my heart is not in the I want to go out there and I want to be fast. My heart is out there in the I want to go out there and help other people grow their programs so they can afford to be fast. And I think 10 years from now, that looks like Racer on Demand is flourishing, and I'm able to put out like really great resources for people, and I'm able to pay out a shit ton of money to racers that really need it. And they're able to take that money and reinvest it in things that grow their program because they understand how. So in 10 years, I don't want to be known as the girl who goes out and races a class 11. I want to be known as the person who went out there and helped other people grow their programs, grow off-road racing, grow motorsports marketing as a whole. Yeah. And that's kind of my goal.
Well, this year, I've noticed you guys are doing like the autograph session stuff. Mm-hmm. I always see advertisement for that. And in Racer on Demand, that's a big step in the right direction, I think, because merch was always like a tough spot for guys. It's almost investing in a part. Mm-hmm. Like you gotta go out and buy. The more you buy, the better it gets. But now with Racer on Demand, do you want to explain that more? How?
Yeah. Yeah, so I texted Chris, it was like the week after Thanksgiving 2023, and I said, I have an idea. Remind me to tell you about this merch idea I have later when I get home from work. And like 10 minutes later, because I was at work, of course, and I texted him like 10 minutes later. I was like, this can't wait. Can I call you right now? My idea just got way bigger. So I called him and I told him like, okay, so I really want to like grow people. I want to get resources into people's hands, but they don't want it. Like people are not ready for this. They don't understand that they need it. The change management isn't there. And I think I figured out a way to get it into people's hands. And it's through merch. I think that's a huge pain point for people, is especially people that aren't in the pro ranks, the people who aren't making money at this already. They have to buy into merch, and most people are selling it at cost or at a loss, and they're not selling it at all. Sometimes they're just giving it all away. They're pumping thousands of dollars into merch that is making them no money, and they don't know how to use that fan base that they're building even with that. So I told him, I was like, what if we do an on-demand merch marketplace where racers can just sign up with us, they give us their designs, we put it on stuff, and then we manufacture it, we ship it out, and we just pay them whenever they sell something. And in the meantime, those racers who are signed up with us, we can start pumping them full of all the stuff that we've learned. We're not experts by any means, but I think we've figured out a lot along the way that we have the ability to share that outwards with people.
But also reference the experts that we learned from and partner with them.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's been really cool about us building our program is we're starting to connect with, maybe not even starting, we've done a decent job of connecting with people from other sports.
Making a big network.
Yeah.
Web.
Exactly. That already know what the fuck they're doing, right? and they're willing to help the other people too, to learn that too. So we've got some really cool partners on board, people like Alex Stryler and Megan Meyer and Heather Wilson and AJ Schmidt, right? Like these people are literally sitting here on standby to help our racers grow their programs. And people don't take advantage of that enough, right? Mm-hmm. So that's what we did. We built an online merch marketplace. We've got a fulfillment partner. So every time an order is placed, it comes to us. I send it to my fulfillment partner. They make it, they ship it. I keep track of everything, and I pay out 20% of every single sale to the racer that earned that. Yeah. We make a little bit of money on that. The racers make more on that. Yeah. I'm really excited because we launched this May of last year, so we're a little bit over a year in. Yeah. This year it's not costing me money. So
that's good.
So
good
far.
Usually it takes like 2 years for a business to kind of get to the point where it's at least starting to just level off, and then you get that increase. So you're ahead of the stride.
Yes, and I can almost guarantee he's not watching this, but I got my first circle track racer listed.
Well, we can tag him.
Right? Yeah. So Trenton Bell signed up with us last month, midway through last month, right before I do my payouts on like the 15th of the month. He signed up and we got him listed probably a week before I did my payouts. And by payouts, he had sold enough that he earned $200 commission at the first payout. And in the last 3 weeks, because I'm about to pay out again on the 15th, right, I've got almost $400 sitting there waiting for him right now. And it's insane to see how well he is peddling his merch. Frankly, our off-road fam
They
needs
could
to,
learn.
they need to step up their game a little bit because he's making bank, right? He just made $600 in a month. I think a lot of people would do some things for $600 a month, right? And all he had to do was sign up with us and get that out there. But
And make killer merch. It's got to look good, right?
I'm going to be real honest. So we've got off-road people that have a whole gamut of merch, like socks and blankets.
anything
and,
that you can just.
yeah, literally like everything that I can make, they're putting on there. This circle track racer has T-shirts.
Yeah.
And I think maybe we listed hoodies, maybe. That's it. And even then he was like, I don't know, just put it on black. I don't care. And so he's made that
Simplify.
much. Yeah, he's made that much off of the most simple merch I've ever listed. Most racers, it takes me a few hours to get him set up. I think I had him set up in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, there's so much opportunity out there, and we're not just giving people merch. We're giving people the opportunity to have their name out there for $0, right? It doesn't cost them. If they need a design, there's a little bit of a cost, but
that's if you're going to get a shirt done on your own anyway.
Yeah.
So.
exactly. I don't take money from them.
Yeah, it's the designer,
Yep.
all the third part or second party, whatever it's considered.
Exactly. And even that, okay, for $150 all in, then you have the potential to earn, over and over and over again, as long as you're willing to put in the work to get your name out there. So,
Going back to my trip to IMSA this last weekend, there's the Dinosaur, Rexy, and Spike and whatever
Yes.
car. I don't follow IMSA at all. Neither does my kids. We flipped it on YouTube once, and of course, Spike's on there. Or, no, it was Rexy. Either way. So we walked past that booth, and yeah, I got 2 shirts now.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
marketing.
Yeah,
So-
Amazing.
I posted a blog post this morning, and it's all about, do you guys know what Banana Ball is?
Yes.
Oh, that's the stilt
Yeah.
guy, right?
Yes, I posted about stilts today. So, are you just saying that because you saw it? Did you see my?
No, I see. I see. I didn't see the post, but I know the stilts guy.
Okay.
Like he crawls out of the dang thing and he hits the ball, and
Banana Ball is killing it.
Yes.
because it's
They're-
entertaining.
They're outpacing a ton of MLB teams.
Yes, and you know why? Is because they're fans first.
Yeah.
And they care about everything else secondary to their fans, which is why I follow it very closely. I don't follow the sport itself. I follow what they're doing to attract fans, right? So my blog post today was all about stilts, but it was talking about how important it is to be a character more than a racer, right? And how Stilts goes out there, he straps on, he's like 6 feet taller than everybody else on the field, right? And it doesn't make him a better ball player. He can barely get out of the dugout, to your point, right?
Yeah.
And when he goes to slide for a base, he literally falls 6 feet from the sky to slide for a base. And I watched an interview of him talking about the fact that that's not ideal, and it does kind of hurt for him to
I'm
slide into
sorry.
base, right?
Yeah.
So none of that has anything to do with him playing ball. But when he walks out to go out and play ball, the crowd goes, pun intended, bananas for it, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is we're not creating characters enough in motorsports. When you talk about, Rexy out there, that is a character. And the reason why you bought shirts is not because that was the fastest car out there, is because your kids identified with that, remembered that, and said, I like that one, right? And so when somebody...
Spike did win too, though.
Okay, fair. Fair. So, when we have racers that go out there and create a character for themselves, those are the people that are going to sell the merch, but they're also going to get those loyal fans. Those loyal fans are going to buy the things that those racers are peddling through their sponsors too. And that means those sponsors are going to take interest in that program.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it was a couple episodes ago or towards the beginning, we talked about that a lot where, like, I remember growing up, there was always, like, the Ricky Johnson, Johnny Greaves battles, like, and that drove a ton of fans because they were always side by side. They built that, and that was huge for them as also in merch because you had people buying on one side of that equation, and you go to so many classes, it's just not there anymore.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's expensive to do that too.
You're not wrong.
Okay, so what was the Reach for the Stars goals that you had when you first started racing? Like, I mean, you mentioned it was for fun and stuff, but you probably still had goals and a Reach for the Star type thought.
Yeah, there always was the thought of being professional and doing this full time. But again, I was working full-time job, whatever, hours a week. And then we had 2 young children. So I kind of thought maybe let's raise the kids and not race full-time. So we took a big pause there. So my goals, Reach for the Stars at that time, really dropped or quit until a few years ago when we got back into it. But now my future vision or Reach for the Stars is really just to try to continue into it. I don't want to be famous. I don't need to be special. I'll probably never be in a Pro 4. It'd be cool, but I'll never win a championship. But that's years past. So it's to enjoy the sport and have a good time.
Championship isn't out the window yet.
Anything's
possible. We just got to put more towards it.
There's anything is possible. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of my long-term goal is just to keep enjoying it.
Yeah. And that's kind of segues with what we were talking about before with the 10 years. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, as a kid, I always wanted to do this professionally. So we're here. We're doing it. And
check mark.
Yep. But man, it's at this point, let's get a fully paid team behind us. Let's be the next Johnny Greaves, the next even Ryan Beat with his program. Great, what he's doing for the sport too. The Kincaids, like I want to be a staple name.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, let's keep winning championships. That's what I want to do. I haven't won one yet, so that's what we're going for this year.
So when you were little and you were on the fence, were you like, yes, Pro 4 is what I want to do?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No,
Okay.
it wasn't even a thought because I'm like, I like race cars. Actually, I loved the Pro Lights the best.
Yeah.
Always. It was the little trucks were like the coolest thing ever to me. So I'm pretty happy with the truck that I'm in with Pro Spec because it's cool. I mean, but I do want to move up. I was a Subaru guy, so like rally Subaru at a 4-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. I want to be able to back a truck in at 100 miles an hour or whatever, 60 miles an hour, 80 miles an hour, whatever it be.
Yeah, on the last lap of the Cup race.
Yeah, just. Well, yeah. That's kind of that's my shoot for the stars at this point.
Who would have been the big names in the Pro Light time at that? When growing up, I guess, what was a big influential name?
Yeah, when I remember it the best, it was probably like the primo years of Johnny and Jeff when they were Potawatomi sponsored. And
Okay.
that was the fun. Actually, it was before when they still had the red and black Potawatomi wrap or livery before they went to the yellow and black.
Yeah.
Whose body do you have?
I have Jeff Kincaid's that I got through it was all chain of stuff, but I don't have it now. It's my crew guy Jason, who's he's a massive off-road fan, but he has Kincaid's Potawatomi body, one of the bodies from the truck.
I hope it's displayed somewhere.
It's
Basement or something like
it's
that?
in his
Garage.
garage.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We're still looking for hoods or
all right.
doors or
Parts.
parts.
All right.
Yeah. We'll start a little collection on that.
If you want some purple stuff, let me know. End of the season.
We're open.
All right.
We're open to it.
All right.
We put an air freshener in here, and then now it smells great in here. Maybe a little too great.
Yeah.
So
So Chris talked about he wants to win a championship. What he didn't talk about is that we have a pact on our team.
Uh-oh.
So if Chris wins the championship this year, we're all getting 66 tattoos. And not only have we talked our team into this, except for his mom. His mom is still like, I'm not getting a tattoo, but she is. She just doesn't know it yet. We've talked our media people into it.
Yep, Jay Wilson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Jordan is in.
Yep.
He said it can go on its fun leg.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've got like quite
That
a few
sounds
people.
terrible. Let me say he has
It's his actual leg.
his tattooed leg that is a not serious tattoo leg. That sounds terrible.
I didn't catch it.
We
the
ain't
first
about
time
that,
you said it. But for yes, listeners at home, it's the one
It's
he walks with.
His
And-
real life leg.
And we have Jeffrey and Lyle in on it.
Yep.
Yep.
So are you guys in if Chris wins the championship?
I was gonna say SEMA. They have. Last time we were there, there was those like $20 tattoos.
Flash tattoos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure you could work that in.
Our crew won't be there though.
Oh, but you guys can be there.
Yeah. But we
Okay.
got to do it with our crew.
It's not the
Oh
same.
no, you do it with your crew.
I'm sure you can
Maybe
probably
me
find
after
a
a few
tattoo
drinks.
artist.
I was
SEMA.
gonna say
Okay,
a couple more of these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what day you catch me at SEMA or night you catch me at SEMA. So
We have some cool stuff in the works for SEMA too. I don't want to say anything yet, but I'm so pumped for it.
what little bit can teasers? This is coming out after Bark River, so
We'll be at SEMA with Nexon in their booth, and we're located next to a really cool area that we may be meeting with some people that are doing some cool things. That's all I'm gonna say.
So
Nice.
all right, I can open that up a little bit though here. So we're not in the
I will
sweatshop
not
basement.
answer any more questions.
We're not in the sweatshop basement. We're above. We're outside.
We're not in the basement.
So we're outside. Okay. You know what? That wasn't an answer. That was just you had a twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Years ago I would have said, "Oh, you're going to be next to the Hoonigan booth," but that's been kind of somewhat dismantled now.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it all. I can't tell you anything.
Okay. Maybe there's a Chevy booth coming. I'm just waiting for reactions.
Oh boy.
So, anyways,
I'm excited for it. Market calendars.
We're doing such a good job.
It's beginning of October, isn't it?
November.
November. I'm like,
November.
I hope not.
Yeah. Sorry.
He's got a 2-seater to finish before then.
Well, I have to have the 2-seater done for
Paul Grandin.
well, that, and then we're doing a ride and drive with Nexon down at Autobahn.
Yeah,
as
they have
well,
like
so.
a little jumpy course there too.
Where
at
at?
SEMA.
Do they?
Yeah, well, there's like I forgot who. It was a Ford booth. They always had their like Broncos and stuff go over it, and I think Raptors and stuff like that. So
Maybe I'll have a
let's
sport.
gap that thing.
Maybe we'll talk with Ford a little bit.
Yeah, just
Yeah, we'll just talk with Ford. Just
Yeah, just talk with
just
them.
casually
I got
call
their
him
number.
up.
You want it?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's set up jumps and go flying off jumps. Why
I
not?
told Chris he needs to build like collapsible jumps that we can just like put underneath the
I'll
truck
get
in the
there.
trailer.
Guys, I'm building
So,
another
wait.
truck on top of.
Did you say you're going to try the world record jump?
Yes,
That's what I
definitely.
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Can
what I just heard.
confirmed right now. that is not
over
it.
SEMA, over the top of it.
Yeah. Who's the
over the little trolley, well, or trans, whatever the thing is, the monorail.
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
the guy up with the snowmobile? Is that Eli that did the like huge jump on the snowmobile?
I have no idea what you're referencing.
Oh shit. I don't know enough to,
So
to go any
anyways.
further.
She knew enough to get herself in trouble.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
that's where we're at right
Yeah.
now.
That I do not know.
I'll see myself out. It's fine.
So, talking pro spec then. So 7S was kind of like a pro spec of the early days.
Yeah, back in, let's see, 85, possibly 86. There
look
was,
up the pictures.
we were SOTA back then, racing organization. And a few people were talking. They started a class of mini trucks out west in the desert and a little bit. And we said, well, why don't we do that out here? There was, I'll butcher the names, but I think it was Terry Prevost, myself, maybe Dave Gray. So there was really 3 or 4 of us that started building trucks about 86, I think it was, 85.
83 sounds better.
No, maybe. Might have been. But it was, I know what I bought was an 81 Nissan, because that's the year when Nissan and Datsun changed names.
Okay.
Part of the truck said Nissan, part said Datsun. Well, anyway, I gutted that and built the truck. A little 4-cylinder, probably weighed about 1,800 pounds possibly. But we drove that pretty good for a year, had a lot of fun with it. And then the following year, we ended up getting about 6 to 8 people in the class. Scotty Taylor jumped in, Terry Friday, Tommy Hawkers. There was a group of people got in. And back then it was still semi-stock motors, but then everybody wanted to go faster, so Roush got involved, big engine builders, Esslinger on the Fords, of course. And it just progressed into a faster class. So that was 85, 86, 87. I ended up buying, actually I bought a Roger Mears old stadium truck for a couple of years. I built it with the intent of building a 7 class, which is a faster than a 7S, because there was a separation there.
What's the S mean then in 7S?
Stock.
Oh, okay. I know there had to be a purpose.
Yeah, the Roger Mears
Super
truck, or
duper.
Sherman Balch actually drove my truck, or the truck I bought, in the stadium races out west, and we ran it here in class 13 back in the day, and we wanted to make a class for it, but there was really not a stock motor. It was a prototype Nissan motor, the FJ24, right?
For all the rally nerds, it was only in it was in the rally.
Group B.
It wasn't a 240, but it was like oh man, it's gonna kill me. It was in one of their group. It wasn't Group B. It was Group A. So it was only in their race program engine. So factory, they only made an FJ20. For the race program, they made an FJ24, and they had like stupid power.
Yeah, that was crazy. I bought the truck because they weren't using it in the stadium anymore. I bought it here and ran it down at Lake Geneva, and we had no class, so they threw me in 4-wheel drive unlimited. And the little 4-cylinder was walking past the unlimited 4-wheel drives. It was so cool. I ended up getting third. I told the guys, I just want to run some class or compete with somebody. And I didn't want any points because it was a big points thing back then. Just go for the money. And a few people got really mad that the little truck went so fast, but it was cool. I got some great pictures, had a good time.
You had a beer can thrown at him at the end of the race by
When I was getting the check, the
somebody.
award check and trophy, that happens.
But still happens.
But it was a cool truck. And again, that wasn't 7S. That was kind of a sidelight. So back to the 7S, we had the Nissan for a few years. Actually, I raced 1600, 7S, and the stadium truck all in the same time for a little bit. That got to be too hectic. Ended up getting out of the 1600 a little bit, part-time, getting out of the stadium truck, and we ended up buying a Ranger, which was Penda bedliners, again, sponsored truck back in the day, a little Ford Ranger, and we kept progressing with that truck. That's when we got into the natural gas, powered to natural gas. We had a builder local out of Green Bay build a motor. It was crazy because natural gas never will pre-ignite like gasoline will, and it won't do a diesel engine. So we were almost 15.5 or better compression ratio, 15.5 to 1. And the problem with the motor was I keep losing head gaskets. Well, we were trying all kinds of things. When it would run down a straightaway, the natural gas motor was just crazy. It would go so fast.
Yeah.
Didn't have the power on the low end, but it was a fun experimental thing. We did that. Got a little interview with Marty Reed and Walker Scott Taylor,
Ivan Stewart.
and Ivan Stewart, a bunch of people kind of comparing, stock engine to natural gas.
Yeah.
So we got some ESPN time, which was cool. Kind of got over that, went back to gasoline because it just wouldn't hold together. And that was about 93, 94, I quit. And that was a time when the 7s or the mini trucks were going to the tube frame. The following year, it was going to be a spec tube frame or mostly chassis. It was going to be tube. And I figured I just didn't want to build a new one. Plus, I was raising a couple brats at the time. So.
Brats.
They're still brats.
But, so yeah, that's kind of the whole progression of going from building a class or jumping in the beginning of a class, kind of groundworks, just making a truck work, and then buying a nice truck. And that was kind of the history of the 7S's. And again, that jumped into the bigger motors, the V6s or the
V8s
Pro
even.
Spec V8s. Yeah.
Well, you had the built 4-cylinder Pro lights.
Yeah, and we had light trucks back then. The little, like I said, the Esslingers and the other Roush motors, they were probably pushing, they were probably close to 300 horse, some of them, for a little 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
You know, it's a cool motor, but again, it's a grenade waiting to come apart. But,
What made you want to go into or venture into the natural gas avenue?
I used to work in a natural gas industry, and it was big clean fuels back then. There was a gasoline shortage, you know, that's the old cycle. And so I figured, well, let's try and make it work out. And did a bunch of research, and it's so clean. You never have to change spark plugs. You never have to change oil. I would take the oil out of the motor, and it would be just like I put it in, clean as could be. So it was pretty neat that way. Plus the compressibility, you get so much more horsepower out of it because you don't pre-ignite. That was really the idea, plus publicity. You know, I was into natural gas fuels in Milwaukee. We had a show one time. I had brought my truck there to show that off. Actually, it was Summerfest, but it was a whole consortium of clean fuels at the time. So we had it there for a little show and tell, and it was fun. And yeah, that's about the whole
That's
story.
cool.
Dave, talk about the grill.
Oh, yeah, another good story. When we were at De Pere Fairgrounds here in Green Bay, south of Green Bay, we raced and on natural gas. First of all, running natural gas, everybody's afraid that it's a big bomb on the back of your truck 'cause it's a fiberglass wrapped or a composite aluminum tank. And it would never come apart, but it could leak, and it would be a natural gas leak. Well, everybody's afraid of natural gas. But from a safety perspective, natural gas will just dissipate in air where gasoline will puddle and be dangerous. So we had to get that all approved. And back to De Pere, sure as hell, I went around a corner and rolled over. They finally got us tipped back over and drove back to the pits. And after we got back to the pits, I took my gas grill, plugged it into my truck, and we made brats and hamburgers. And the cool thing was, again, Marty Reed and Ivan Stewart came over, and they're eating brats and stuff off the back of my truck. So it was good old picture and good memories.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was fun.
It's cool that like you could do that. Like I don't think that we could do that nowadays.
No.
Like not even just the innovation standpoint. Like it takes so much to get everybody convinced to try something different. And then where do you put it? And then, you know, it's just cool that back in the day that was evolving like that.
People were mad about my mid-engine ARM Pro buggy when I got into it.
The radical pro buggy.
Because it handled differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
They called you Kamikaze Chris because of how you'd go into corners.
Anyways.
Different setup.
Yeah.
I never heard that one, but I'm probably never going to forget it now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
I mean, even when today, even like in single buggy, the Alcox brothers have a wing on it, and even that gets talked about amongst people. Just even something as small as that.
and they're kind of moved forward too. Like they kind of took a stance of trying to change up the body
Right.
looking. So
And it's so low.
it is. Yeah.
I like that car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like those people too.
He was actually texting me as you guys were coming here,
Oh, really?
and he's like, "Hey, I need help getting my motor out of my truck." And I was like, "Oh, that's gonna have to wait till tomorrow."
Yep.
So, but they got a motor, so they should be at Park River.
Good.
So
Awesome.
I probably just jinxed them now. Knock on wood.
Sorry, Luke.
Yo. Oh, it's Ben now. Ben's the rest of the season.
Oh, Ben's racing too?
Yeah, because
Yep.
Luke's getting
Married.
the whole married thing. Yeah.
Oh. See, I thought Ben was still just doing bikes.
No.
Oh. See, I'm behind the times.
That's what they told us initially
Yeah.
when we were here for the what do you call it? The draft.
Yeah, when we saw them at the draft, Ben said he was out.
Yeah, that was.
Well, that
I
story-
think that was the plan.
That story changes every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't feel so bad about being behind on the times
We
then.
had him on the podcast, and we were like, "You got to lock it down now. What's happening?"
Okay.
It's
Okay.
changed since then.
I think they've done about 50% of it. So
Okay.
the stats are good there for
All right.
somewhat. So, so kind of talking about the old days. I think it'd be cool if you guys had any cool Walker stories. Walker Evans with his recent unfortunate news of his passing.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Walker. I mean, for me, I just remember being a little guy signing autographs or having autographs signed by Walker and going up to his pits and you introducing me to him and stuff like that. Because, like, it was cool. Like, you guys knew Walker and it wasn't To me, it was everything. I mean, to you guys, it was another racer, I'm sure, at the time too. But
He's a normal person. He was a great person. As soon as you would meet him and talk to him, you'd know he was a nice guy. I don't think there's a mean bone in his body anywhere. I really think that between him and Robbie Gordon, they changed short course racing beyond belief from what it used to be here. With Jack Flannery was good and fast, but when Walker came here, everybody said, "Holy fuck, what happened?" Can I swear I did?
Yep.
But it was amazing. A truck would jump 150 feet, he'd go 250 feet. There's no limit to what he could do. He was a nice person, so nice. He always had time for everybody to talk to him, autograph, and he wouldn't just sign a name autograph. He'd always say, "What's your first name?" And he would sign an autograph, real personable, really cool. Nice people. Yeah.
When we were at the 50th, so I didn't grow up around off-road, right? When I heard of Walker Evans for the first time, like he was well outside of racing and was, in a wheelchair when I met him, right? And I remember we were at the 50th and Chris's mom was like, "Do you want to meet Walker Evans? We know him." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I want to meet Walker Evans." So she walked over and he probably met 5 million people in the time that he was racing, but he stopped and he took the time to have a conversation with Patty and just reminisce about the old days when they used to race together. And she gave him a big hug and I gave him a big hug. And it was just like, you could just tell he was one of the just nicest, most genuine people who cared so much about being at Crandon that weekend. And it was really special.
Yeah, I only have, I had some product sponsored from him, and I always just worked with their sales guys, but I seen him at the after barn party deal after the races at Crandon, and I just was walking, and he goes, "Nice hat," and it was just like casual passing, and like I didn't fully, all of a sudden I'm walking, I'm like 3 steps later, I'm like, wait a minute, turn around, then I got a chance to just, thank him and everything, get a picture with him, and, tell him I run his product. So I don't have any like early days or autographs, anything like that even. So
Yeah, I think for like me, it's mostly just like watching the highlight videos and like hearing all the other people talk about Walker Evans when we're talking at the track or their experiences with them. And I think, you see it all the time, but like you said, he did have a huge impact on the sport and changed it. Like what we know today is because of the impact he had.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think what I like the most is like, I don't think I've ever talked to anybody that had anything negative to say about him.
Yeah.
Like everybody held him in such high regard. Like that is something that everybody should look up to. Like that's
a great point.
Should be a goal for everybody.
even
in the
competitors,
sport.
like I don't recall old tapes or people we've talked to that have raced with him ever say anything, negative even about racing. And that's pretty hard to do when you're competitors.
Yeah.
I mean, after you do so many seasons with somebody, you might get rubbed the wrong way eventually, but I've never heard.
They didn't have social media back then.
Valid point.
Well, they did have cameras in the car still.
Yeah, that's true.
I was going to say they didn't have GoPros either to prove what
Right,
happened.
right.
But they did have cameras in the car.
That's true. That's
Something to strive for,
True. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, current season talk here. We're season 2025.
Well over halfway out. at
Well
this
over
point.
halfway. Yep. Don't want to jinx anything, but things are looking good.
Yeah, we're only 14 points up, so
Yeah, I don't want to jinx anything.
yeah.
Three weekends left?
So, kind of like 2.5 because Crandon will only have 1 points round.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, Bark River, and we leave tomorrow for Bark River. And so we have 2 rounds there. Then we have Crandon and Glen Helen. So a lot could go really well and a lot could go really poorly. So we're just gonna
Yeah. Well, you're coming off of
keep
a
going
win
for
at,
it.
a win at Dirt City.
Mhm.
That was Sunday, right?
Yep.
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 And then ERX, you had swept that weekend.
Yep.
And then you had,
That was the first weekend sweep ever.
yeah.
So I was pretty excited about
That's
that.
awesome.
And prior to the ERX weekend, you had 1 win or 2 wins in the bucket as well?
1 win. I had a second at Crandon, then a first on Sunday, and then ERX. So yeah.
Yeah. Keeping
Four
the
of-
consistency
four
up,
of
and that's how you
five.
will get a championship.
Yeah, I mean, just got to continue doing that. Just be smart and drive the truck fast.
Yeah.
And
It's there. I think we have the setup. The truck's there. The crew's there. The people are there behind us. So.
The driver's there.
Driver's there.
Is there? Is he all there?
Turn 1 of Dirt City isn't there anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's done and gone.
Yeah.
I was pretty pumped on coming back from last place to
That was awesome to watch.
Out of
essentially
12 cars.
battling for third,
Especially on the tight quarters of the track.
and
too,
with a
like,
caution for the second half of that race. Every single time we went through that. What is
Turn
it?
3.
Was it turn 3?
Yeah, it was turn 3.
Yeah.
So
that was a good comeback for sure.
I think the best part of that though is I passed 2 people in turn 1. Like that was for me. I kind of forgot about it because I was seeing red a little bit, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I did pass 2 people in turn. I literally split right between them. Like just had a perfect run. I'm like, yes,
Something you couldn't have done if you weren't angry.
yeah. I mean, sometimes it's good to have a little fire under your ass.
Not encourage anybody to light any fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not do that, please. Like,
I mean, even just talking to that event, like figuring out what was all involved isn't really a big deal, but trying to be, why didn't we get a restart on that? Like, I feel like just giving a restart would have been the most sufficient, fair outcome for everybody.
even if they put me at the back at that point, because if they wanted to blame it on me, whatever, like it still would have been better off.
Yeah, because
But-
even, was it Dylan got bunched up in it?
Dude, there was like 5 people behind me.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
We have the in-car, and in the in-car, you can see out Chris's window, and you see Dylan's car stop before he hits Chris, and you see Dylan's car go wham, 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 as he's hit over and over again.
You can also see me on the steering wheel like this the whole time.
Yeah.
As I'm just like, I got nothing.
who on the crew is in charge of keeping that truck clean?
And Jason.
Okay, too much wax on the doors. I don't know how you didn't continue to revolve, but you were like sliding on just the door.
All right, Jason, now you know next time we lay off on the wax.
Too much of the Malco quick wax.
Yes.
Yeah, too much.
We did spray a ton on that day, too.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
We were like, we don't have to spray down the panels. We'll just spray on the Malco stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
that's what it was.
Yeah, because you were roof sliding, but if you would have less wax, you could have got her back on the wheels. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You would have went
That's-
into the bank,
I-
the
yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
probably,
Hindsight 2020 on that.
We're just gonna, like I said, we'll let that one stay where it is, and we'll continue because.
But you know,
can't
every
change it.
other racing organization, that would be a restart. Your first corner, if more than 2 vehicles involved, it's stupid to not restart it.
Well, that's what they
Okay.
said. You have to make it.
and look at the rules.
Yeah.
And so I spot for Dave. We watched 1600 buggy because we go up for Ryan Mottinger. So I spot for Dave. We went up for the Pro 2 and the Pro 4 races. So I watched 5 races that day, including Chris. 3 of those should have had a restart and did not.
That's where I was going to go to. Is it wasn't just that race. There was a lot of
Yeah.
jumping out of line and all that where it caused a lot of issues into turn 1 that there should have been restarts. And I think it wasn't just at Dirt City, but like throughout the year, there's been, where do you restart or how do you start them? And just obviously that'll continue to happen, but just trying to iron that out or be more consistent with the rule book.
Yeah, in Dave's class, so it actually benefited him, but I'm still going to gripe about it a little bit, right? The first lap, he ended up yellow before he crossed the finish line, and they still said, lap completed, we're just going to line up the way we are. And it's like, well, when we're trying to jam 19 classes or 18 classes into one day, of course they don't have time to restack everybody and restart it, right?
That's exactly it. The squish of the time. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
too much.
And I understand that they're trying to stay on a schedule because we don't have lights at Dirt City, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
so we do need to finish up quickly, but at the same time, there were some restarts that should have been restarts.
Yeah.
Would you be opposed to racing 2 rounds in one day?
No.
Okay.
I
Kind of like that's for like the cup race, how the pros race,
Yeah.
the 2s and 4s race twice.
Yeah, I think it would change a lot of how you go into racing the weekend or the day or whatever it be. I mean, I could talk for hours on different theories on how we could make a better show, a quicker show, something different to make it. I don't know, but we don't have to now. We've already been talking for like 3 hours, I feel like, so we're not gonna get into that yet.
And Champ, if
2
you're
hours.
listening, we
Okay.
do like you. Please stay.
Yeah.
But please take input.
Yes.
I talked to Rushi and people a bunch, so
We do have a good relationship with them.
yeah.
Oh, and 100%, like to your point, I think Champ's doing a good job. Obviously, they could continue to improve, but it's just, I think there's a lot of things that cycle might not even be Champ. It could be track specific too,
Yeah.
and where they're starting. But it's just, I think some of those inconsistencies, especially for people paying attention, like we pick up on them all the time because we're paying attention to the races, and like how's that fair for one class to get a start like that and everybody in the field, and that's could be a huge difference at the end of the year in points.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, I mean, Chris was first in points and he got rolled in the first corner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's something that I think we all need to sit down as a group and go over the rule book together.
Yeah.
So, leading points and getting very within reach of your goal of a championship, and you're heading to Bark River. What's your mindset? What's your process for making sure that you stay on pace?
Just beat Wyatt.
Just be wise.
God, they're
Fair.
such
That
good
makes
people,
sense.
though.
I know they are. They're good people. No, I mean realistically is just go out there and do it no differently than any other day. Because if I try to change it up or do something different or overthink it or underthink it, whatever it be, I can't change the norm of where I'm at because I don't want to throw anything off. So really it's go into it and get as many points as possible.
So, without giving away the secret ingredient, what do you think has yielded this year's success?
People.
Is there a secret? I don't think
There's
there's
no
a secret. Yeah.
I don't have a secret. I mean,
Well, I didn't know if you were like, there's a certain thing you're doing to the truck. Or,
no, dude, straight, so legal. Like, so legal, it's stupid.
I didn't know if you're putting like an extra eighth on the toe well or something.
No.
A little nitrous here.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that little bottle that's next to the fire suppression bottle. But but for real, it's just set up, and honestly, with having Robert on board and even Clint Berry helping out with shocks and dialing stuff in last year and a little bit this year, I feel like the truck is a totally different vehicle. Like just connecting with the right people, getting the right idea. It has given me so much confidence in what the truck can do and where the truck can or can't go, that I can point it and it goes where I want. If I think that's where I want to go, that's where it goes. And that right there, the confidence in the truck is where the speed comes in. And then a little bit of gearing, obviously, like in the transmission, we can play with our gears. So being in the right power band at the right time in the right corner plays a lot. Like ERX, I attribute a lot of the speed to different gearing than most people had.
Yeah.
And it would pull when other people didn't. So it's just getting comfortable with the truck, but also the right people behind it, no mechanical issues, all that kind of stuff. I think that's huge.
Can we just do like a shout out for Cody and Kane?
Yeah, Cody and Kane, our crew guys, honestly, they've just been kicking butt. Like, again, to have no mechanicals
In 2 years.
in 2 years is huge.
Yeah.
So,
Because last year we were only off championship by 2 points.
no, we're out of third by 2 points. We
Oh.
beat Visser at the end. Parsons had a good lead, but
Okay.
but still, it was no mechanicals and confidence in the truck.
I think that's a huge point, is especially in the truck classes, having the confidence of being able to throw your truck into a corner, knowing it's going to stick or knowing it isn't going to, flip or whatever. Like having that confidence is huge.
And frankly, like, well, shout out to Nexon on this too, because like we've been running the ATX for 4 years, 3.5, but we know what to do with the tires and what the tires are going to do in certain conditions, because that's the tire I've been on for multiple years, and that partnership has helped out so much in that side of it. So,
And the only tire failures we've ever had have been from being hit.
and one of the crew guys mounting the feed improperly.
That might have happened one
Gave him a
time.
shout out.
It was Kane too. Sorry, Kane.
Love you, Kane.
With that tire relationship,
Yeah.
do you, in those 4 years now,
Yeah.
do you have input that's altering their program, or is it?
Not yet.
Not
No. I think we're gonna start getting one of their tire engineers around. Probably for at least, I'm hoping for next year at least, maybe this year, but pretty sure next year. I know they're developing a new tire. Hopefully in 26 they're releasing it, so we'll probably test on that a little and see what that's all about. But yeah, no, I've just been literally, as somebody designed it off the shelf, we've just been no input, no nothing.
Yeah.
Here's what we're doing. Here's how we groove it. If we do this, we do that, blah, blah, blah. That's it.
And it works.
Yeah.
So have you don't have to answer, but have you been testing at Burke River for this
Nope.
up and coming race?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I haven't tested since Anago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How is your opinion on the track altercations at Burke River?
Since like the last year. Because, there's some this year, I guess, too. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Tabletop's gone. now?
Tabletop's gone, yeah.
Yep. And then last year they
Well, the tabletop in the last
County Road.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The one where there used to be doubles.
Yeah.
No.
Not
that's
doubles.
Neighbor.
Doubles are there yet. That's
Oh,
yeah. That's
that
neighbor.
sucks. I
But-
wanted that one
Oh,
going.
you're talking about the one as you come towards the
When you-
grandstand.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
final turn for the finish.
Yeah, that's
right
gone.
before that finger.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a finger after it,
Yeah.
but there's that big tabletop
That's gone now.
that's gone.
Yeah.
And then last year they took the mogul rhythm section, whatever you want to call it,
Tabled it.
They tabled
table
that.
it,
Yeah.
which I think that was a good choice. 'Cause
It's fun. I love that now.
Oh, see, I liked it as doubles. At least from like watching, I liked it as doubles.
I like those too. If you could hit it, you could gain so much speed if you hit it properly.
There was so much technicality. You had to be smart
Same
about
with the
it.
tabletop though.
I think the rhythm section doubles. The problem with that was that it was too spread out to be able to accommodate all the classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like the UT. But again, you had to be smart for it.
Yeah.
But even that's what I liked in light buggy. I would make passes all day long in that light
Yeah.
buggy, and it kind of transferred over just because if you hit it the way you needed to, like if you could skip over the top or whatever it be. So I don't know. I'm a fan of changes on tracks. I'm a fan.
And challenge,
And
right? I
challenge,
think it's
yeah.
important for something to be challenging because then you separate the cars from the drivers.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it takes away from some of the like having the history of the track, or someone that has the ability to test versus someone that doesn't. Like those changes aren't as impactful then, because everybody's almost back in an equal spot, because
Yep.
you probably can't pick up your setup from last year
Yeah.
and put it back down, where like somebody that has that time might gain an advantage.
I feel like you have your generic ideas, like gear setup or whatever it be. Like you have your idea of where you're going to go in, even if you test or not. If you raced there last year and you took a note and, okay, this was good here, I ran out of gear here, blah, blah, blah. If you can remember that or note it down, you'll already be an edge up on people just coming up and, let's wing it, So even if you don't get the test time out there. Plus, Crandon, Bark River, ERX, most of these tracks aren't drastically different. I mean, you could still play dirt, the original dirt, with the original Bark River, and
You'll race as Scott Schwalbe.
yeah, and you'll still get an idea of what that track is, and you'll still have some muscle memory of what the track is going to be.
Still think they should run the track clockwise on Saturday, counterclockwise on Sunday.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be.
I think they should bring back the jump competition. Wasn't that at Bark River, the jump competition off Taco Bell?
Yep.
Yep, no.
What?
I'm not signing up for that one.
Come on.
I
should
saw-
bring back.
I
the
have
land
12
rush.
inches of travel in front.
Yes. I love
Well,
it.
you could strap some more on or take spacers out or something, you know.
Yeah.
I saw what happened to Gray. Remember when she came over
Yeah.
that jump and just
She-
like
well,
way
she-
overshot it and off to the left and
She landed on that berm in that front end.
it just exploded.
Yeah.
Land rush. Bring it back.
That's too short. God.
Every
You
track.
think people are mad at
Every track
Dirt
land rush.
City? You should see what happens on that first corner.
Like land rush or starting position is a random draw.
You.
I kind of like the start at Bark River.
Yeah, I did too.
It's still like you got
Yeah.
there's enough speed there in most classes that you still have to have that loft in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with everybody so tight, it makes it exciting.
Even in row 3 or 4, you could make a move. You know, you can try
You
and
pick
get
the
up.
right line through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many lines to take into that corner. Like you see it almost is a land rush, right? You have at least like the first 3 rows end up in a land rush.
Oh, it gets wide. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people stack out, and then it's just
Yeah.
figure it out.
So in the horseshoe, have you taken notes from past years to change any tactics on that?
Yeah, the truck doesn't like to flip as much anymore. Yeah, we've done some suspension changes, which is honestly a huge part of the confidence in the truck.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got to be careful and still got to run different lines, tighter lines. Check up like 20 mile an hour if you have to.
Keep it tight this year. We're keeping it tight.
Yeah.
Any news you want to share about that truck?
No, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'll probably be, not probably, I'm putting the Pro Spec up for sale at the end of the year. So, we are not going to Pro 2. I know a lot of people are like, oh, where are you going next? I want to stay in Pro Spec. I love the class. Frankly, I want to build a even more competitive truck, and I want to, I want my truck out there competing and have somebody hop in it and be competitive as well. You know, even if I can build somebody into it, I think the class is such a good class that it'd be silly to get out of it right now. Talk to anybody. Most people that I've talked to, Pro Spec is the class to watch, right? So why not continue it?
Certainly on the top of our list.
So I want to keep it going, and I want to go dominate. Like, I'm having a good year, but I want to go out in there and just smoke people.
Yeah.
Is what I want to do.
So future championship Pro Spec truck for sale.
Right.
That Alec is going to buy.
Yeah, we're getting tattoos.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we're getting we talked about tattoos.
I think there's going to be a Dirt Sociable sponsored Pro Spec out there.
You never know.
I can get you a sticker about the size of that.
No, it sounds like somebody's buying it.
Pressure's on.
Is there anything else that you guys want to cover before we hit you with the infamous top 5?
I don't know. We're just having fun, trying to build a program, do cool things, and interact with fans, and get the sport bigger and better. That's about it.
Anything on the on-demand side you want to add, or?
I mean, we're just always taking new signups, so I'm excited to help anybody that wants to grow their program. And you can just go to racerondemand.us. There's a Sell With Us page, and you can sign up there.
Awesome. Anything else you want to cover?
We're looking to have our, is it 5th annual International Chili Cook-Off
Oh,
at
yeah.
Crandon?
Yeah.
That's true.
International.
Last year we had 106 people come and taste test and vote from 3 different countries.
How are you guys? How are you guys with chili?
Ooh.
Well,
It's one of my very few things I know how to cook, according to my wife.
There you go.
All right. All right. Well, bring a pot Friday night.
Friday, bring
Fall
a pot.
Crandon.
okay.
All right.
Dirt Sociable might have to enter in.
Yeah.
It's stiff competition. There's a podium. There are
Oh yeah, there's podium.
there are prizes in the way of chef's hats and buttons.
See if
And
we-
first place gets a custom laser
Ooh,
engraved
we have to
cutting
follow up
board.
with Brian on that.
Brian, you're making that. I hope you know.
So we have to. All right.
Gotta
My
stop
brain's
And you
my
can
brain's
and
thinking.
creative, like any kind of chili out there.
Yes.
Dirt
Last
Sociable
year,
bourbon chili.
last year,
Dude, you got my Buffalo Trace in there?
Jungle
Got my
rules.
vote.
Anything goes, yeah.
last year the winner did not know about the chili cook-off until they were already at Crandon.
Yeah, it was
And
Paul,
they
Paul
won.
Wolf's.
Whipped it together in their motorhome.
They won. That was Paul Wolf's wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we had who was it? The guy that started Nora.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yep.
We had a bunch of our West Coast buddies from Class 11. They were out there, so we got to.
I already have class 11 people asking,
Yeah.
is it happening again this year? And I was like, yes.
Was there any
Please come.
chilies with guacamole or anything?
Dude, we had some wild chilies, so yeah.
Yeah,
mix
there's
it up.
wild chilies.
Get crazy.
Was it
That's
last
not gonna be
year?
me.
Okay.
Was it last year that Shane made the vegetarian one?
2 years ago,
No, that
I
was
think.
2 years
I
ago.
think it was 2 years
So
It's not chili.
I don't eat meat, and
Oh.
I no, it's okay. My chili had meat in it.
Oh.
So I made bison chili, and I was like, I don't even have chili to eat for myself. And Shane made one with squash instead of meat. And I was like, yes, I get to eat it, but it was so fucking spicy.
It was like,
I ate it, but I ate it very slowly.
So, anyways, chili cook-off.
Yep.
Friday.
get the info out there. We'll repost it and
Yep.
we'll work on our recipe.
We're actively working on getting it sponsored as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to sponsor the chili cook-off, VDE Racing 5th Annual Chili Cook-Off presented by
X.
YZ.
YZ. So yeah.
Awesome. So, infamous top fives. You want to do Pro 2, Pro 4? Greatest of all time, in your opinion.
Let's do Pro 2.
Okay.
Who's first? Not me.
You answered.
Oh my God, don't look at me. I have not
All
been
right.
in this sport long
Pro
enough.
2. Cool. Scotty Taylor. Am I listing by order too? Or can I just list off 5?
I would assume by order, but
You
How
can
about-
just
how about
lift
it-
off 5.
yeah, just list off. We did kind of spring this on you, but
Yeah.
I know you watch our podcast, so you
Yeah,
should
I know.
that this is
I
happening.
know. That's why I asked. Okay.
And then
I might have to list them and then
Yeah, that's
order
fine.
them out.
Yeah.
Okay. So Scotty Taylor, Rob Mack. Got to think of who else is there.
And also, I do editing, so we can just go
Yeah.
and then an
yeah.
answer. And then,
Keegan. He's up there. Ricky Johnson raced Pro 2, did he not? And did very well. Okay. I'm just trying to think of torque days and prior to.
What about Mickey?
Mickey Thomas?
Yeah.
Good, but I don't know if he's a GOAT.
Okay. All right. Fair.
I'm trying to think of people that don't just leave as soon as they get a championship. No offense, but I mean,
he watches this too.
I know. I'm not trying to pick on you on that one, but it's just, no, I'm a fan of Mickey.
I'm a fan of his progress.
Yeah,
I like how a guy
100%.
has the ambition to
Yeah, 100% agree.
do what he's doing here.
Yep.
Been rooting for him all year.
Yep.
It's tough too because you got to equate in the West Coast drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of. Oh, Carl Rennesetter. Easy. Now, if I had to list them in order, Scotty Taylor at top. He is Pro 2 in my eyes.
I think you'd make Shane Stensney proud with that one.
Yeah.
We're always making Shane proud.
Are we though? All right. Who else? What do I list
Keegan,
here?
Mack, Johnson, Renner.
Rob Mack.
He was mine.
Keegan. Renazetter, and then Ricky.
Makes sense. Solid list.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing somebody that I'm just like, oh no.
You can edit back in the comments.
Yeah.
Guys, I really messed up. What I really meant to say was,
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to boot so and so.
Yeah. There's gonna be somebody that I'm just like, I can't believe I missed that one. But here we are.
yeah. You want to give us a Pro 2 or a Pro 4?
Pro 2. It's really a tie between the top two in my mind is Walker Evans, then Robbie Gordon, Rob Mack, Jack Flannery, Scotty Taylor.
Jesus.
You were
Smoke
orchestrating.
He had time to think.
Chris is already typing out his comments right now.
I'm already apologizing.
That's a solid list.
Yeah.
One last question that we've asked a few guys, racer wise. What is your top screaming your helmet, oh shit moment? I'm thinking Bark River comes to the top of the list for you.
Which Bark River?
I remember the buggy you
the
went
pro buggy?
over the.
I didn't scream in my helmet. I was passed out.
Yeah, I heard the come to on that.
Yeah. But yeah, when I rolled over like 6 times end over end on the pro buggy.
It was 7.
7, whatever. But
You
yeah, as
only
soon
counted 6.
I didn't count any because I passed out. As soon as I went up and like that, I was out.
Yeah.
So yeah, almost died. Honestly, my seat broke and
Got a
Yep.
cool helmet from it.
yeah,
Big dent in the
got
back.
a concussion. Seat broke. Hans
The
device was
ambulance
useless. Yeah.
said that he did not have a concussion, but he was pretty fucking hilarious for the next week. So
And here, and I raced
I've
in a
never
class
recovered.
with them, and my radio quit working, right? All of a sudden there's red flags, so I pull over and wait, and I don't know what the hell is going on. What are we waiting for? So after the race, we drive over, and yeah, here he is.
in the ambulance.
Incoherent, but he drove home.
I did. And
Oh,
then
and
had to
then-
repair the truck on the side of the road.
Yeah, our tow vehicle blew a trans line.
Don't
Yeah.
mind the headache. You can drive.
That was fine.
I offered to tow the
I'm
trailer
not stubborn.
home, and he said, "No, I'm fine." I was like, "I don't think you're fine. I can tow that."
And he's like, no, I've already cheated death once this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they told him he didn't have a concussion, so he didn't have one. So-
My legs hurt. That was the only thing that hurt.
And one of his eyes were looking straight. The other one
I thought that was normal.
is good enough. He goes,
You know what that's called, Dave? Those are blue eyes. One blew this way, one blew that.
So is that your oh shit moment, or did I didn't? Okay.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. But that also made a bunch of people go to full containment seats and take safety a lot more seriously, which is good. I'm glad I'm glad I survived it. But yeah.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Yeah, I'm just glad that people after that grew from it, and we grew from it with safety too. So learned a lot.
yeah, got a lot of views on YouTube or wherever.
I was on Facebook.
Facebook,
Still,
yeah. Because we had
Yeah.
the in-car.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
could just see when his seat broke, he was in the car like this. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
The only real kind of a oh shit moment I had was last year Oklahoma. I went into a corner and there was a jump. I thought I'd kick it sideways and make the corner. No, I fell over. Kept flipping around, landed my roof. So
Okay.
at that moment, you see, this is really cool. Oh shit!
Which jump was that? I was there. I guess I.
Wasn't a jump.
He made it a jump.
What do you call it? A mogul on a corner?
No, it was the first left hand hairpin in the up down.
I hated
Oh,
that
and
track.
the
it got
banks?
really tight there.
Yeah. So the big when you like ran into it. What? Oh my god! I gotta stop.
First you did the right hander, then you came
The
back
right
down
hand,
to
yeah,
left
and then
hander.
the left hander. Well, he cut it a little soon.
I thought it'd be a perfect kick and land and go. No.
Put the whole
Tony
front
Hawk
tire
stuff.
into it, and whoop. I was watching like right above on the stands there, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And it just slow, just like, boop, boop, Like,
It made a good video.
What was
John
funny?
got a good video of it.
Yeah.
That track was so big that the spotter, we had Robert spotting up on like the spotters area, but then I was standing way off in the back and I couldn't see that infield area, but I was just making sure that on the radio he had somebody who could call safety stuff to him off the backside. And I was listening and I heard Robert go, okay. Oh, you're okay. Stand on the brake while he pulls you over. And
on the hill like this.
my brother was standing next to me. I was like, I think Dave rolled over. Like, I can't see anything, but I'm pretty sure Dave's on his lid right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Oklahoma track. They had all the jumps next to each other, and then a tornado came through and moved the jumps all the way off. That's the story. Legend has it.
I like that track.
It was a good track.
God, I love that track.
It was fun.
Hated the track.
I love that uphill jump, the blind, like you G out going up it and then just launch.
The only thing I liked about that track was the lazy river.
And all the gin.
That's where I seen you. Now it's all coming together.
I don't remember most
The
of
amount
that
of
weekend.
alcohol consumed that weekend. Oh my god.
Okay, so Haley texted me and she's like, hey, you guys are up for an award this weekend. Are you going to be around for the banquet? And so we knew that we were getting some sort of award. We thought maybe it was tough luck because it was not a good
Oh,
year,
no,
right?
you guys got the popular best drive
And
What's the-
favorite he got. Yeah. And I was like, then they moved the banquet up without much warning, and I was completely trashed for it.
She was hiccuping,
I
almost puking.
Couldn't eat dinner. And Chris was like, if you come up with me for this award, I'm going to murder you.
Dude, she was like, I'm gonna throw up if I move. I'm like,
I
do
remember
not move.
we were on our way back from the lazy river back to our RV in order to like change and get ready for the banquet. And I had my gin and tonic with me, and he grabs it out of my hand and out of the golf cart. He just throws it out the side.
Done.
That's so funny.
Anyways.
That was the scariest thunderstorm I've ever been in. The day was it the day before the that's funny noises.
Yeah.
The day before the final round, there was a huge thunderstorm.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
It was like thunder cracks and land
Yeah.
like out of a movie.
Yeah. I
Nothing-
remember
okay.
the ponds around, like Dave Mason had a pond
Oh, yeah.
in their pit area.
They had a pump even, didn't
yeah.
they?
And we had everything strapped to the vehicles, and it was wild. Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
was it 2 years ago at Dirt City when we had everything strapped down, but the people across from us didn't, and we
Yeah, it was Grabowski's.
we went running over to their tent because literally the legs of their tent were like flying around like this, and it was insane. It was crazy.
Your ex, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago, the tornado?
Yeah.
Yes,
Took trucks off lifted trucks.
6 years ago I think, because we were in light buggy still.
Oh, that's right. That's when we got. No,
That was our first time at
7
ERX.
years, 8 years ago. We got married that year.
So 8 years.
8 years ago.
Yeah, I just
Said that very inconfidently.
I had to think about it. 17.
I just remember it because I was dumb enough to go jump on the awning that was getting picked up in the air. We kept the awning back on the ground. It took 4 of us. But
Jeez.
Oh my God. We didn't, we were tent camping that weekend. We didn't have a camper. We didn't have anything. And we saw the front rolling in and we tore everything down, loaded it into, we had a pickup truck and an open trailer with a light buggy on it. And we're like, well, I guess we're just going to ride it out in the pickup truck. And our neighbors, the Patnods, they had a camper and they were like, come in with us. And so we were just all fighting over who didn't have to sit on the shitter for the storm. Because we're like, if we're going over, somebody's going to end up just covered in poop. So
that's funny. I was with the Lemkes and Hawkers, and we were in the camper, and we saw the awning getting picked up, and we're like, yeah, let's go jump on it.
oh God.
I heard there's this weekend there's a storm coming to Bark River. And they named it VDE.
Hey.
Well, we're excited to see how Bark River goes. This will be released after Bark River, so they'll know the outcome. But
Yeah, we'll see what
I'm
happens.
excited for it.
Thanks. Yeah.
We'll be cheering for you.
Man.
We got so many people in now classes. I feel like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel bad telling people we're going to be cheering for you. Well, we're going to be cheering for them then.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big family anyway. It's like, it's part of it.
We take no offense. We have really cool competitors in our class.
Honestly, yeah.
No, we want to see you do good. I'm excited to see how the season goes.
Yep.
This chair's going to be worn out by then.
Yeah. There's going to be like a nice finger indent from just
Yeah.
knocking.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited and appreciate you guys having us on. And
I appreciate everything you do for all you guys have done for the sport from past to current to I know the future.
it's a cool sport. You have to do something.
Yep.
So.
It's best kept secret. And then
Don't say that. You don't
Such
want
a
it to
terrible
be.
thing. It
no,
should not be
we're
a
trying
secret.
to spoil the secret. But
Yeah, I don't
Still
want it to be
feels
a
like
secret.
it's a secret.
I know. We got to break that though.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Alrighty. Thank
Cool.
you
For
guys
being
very
on.
much.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
yeah, thank you.